Sorry, it was a little premature.
Sound like me.
So I usually don't have that problem.
Ooh, baby.
It tastes like 7-Up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, take your sip. Welcome to We Need Wrestling.
I already know what I'm getting. It's Swedish Fish. And it's tasty.
Live from what designation is this? Is this place? Does it have a soon-to-be named network geographical designation?
Well, what's Joe's considered?
I don't know. South? No. I'm soon-to-be named network north.
That tastes just like a Sprite.
Right, dude?
Fucking hell, that's dangerous.
Right? Ghost is where it's at. Phase up, brother.
That is good shit. Yeah, I don't know. We're soon to be named network. I don't know what location this is.
I don't know. I don't have the geographical map in front of me.
The mean streets of Hanover Township.
That's right. The soon to be named network West Nanacoke.
The fuck? Come on. I have a little class,
That's
all
true.
right?
Hey, there's some class.
It's a little class here.
There's some class in West Nanacoke. It's just up for sale right now.
Oh. R.I.P.
That's right.
Shifty Shell Shock.
Yeah, it's the first piece of wrestling news right there. Crazy Town lead singer Shifty Shell Shock.
They had to have like a wrestling song, right?
He showed up somewhere.
Yeah, you
There's
would
no
think.
way he didn't have a match in like XPW or something.
Jesus, I wasn't going that route, but that lady's face paint is really distracting.
It sure is.
Sorry.
We have TNA on in the background because we hate ourselves. But we are recording from the couch inside of Brett's domicile.
My beautiful home, my humble abode.
Because soon to be named Network North is currently being invaded.
That's a word for it.
By children that are not my own. I have no children.
No, thank God.
So we switched venues for the week. So we're sitting here, and we've been watching TNA, and I don't know what else, Glorilla videos.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion, that's why we watched the Glorilla video.
What a specimen.
So, how are you, pal? Before we get into business here, there's a little bit to talk about this week, a little bit we talked about last week that we don't need to talk about this week. That makes any sense.
It made sense in my head when you just said it. I'm good, man. I'm, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I'm a little
uneventful week.
Yeah, I'm a little thrown off right now.
It is odd. We are sitting on a couch across from each other.
We've not also used to this.
Been hanging out for like 3 hours.
It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm good. You know,
would you feel better if I came and sat right next to you and we just did it that way in the one microphone?
Don't do that.
Like, I'll hold the microphone and I'll put it around your back and up through your arm.
No.
And we'll just talk into that together.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Well, that's what you want to do in the Ravishing Recruit, and I don't mean shooting steroids into his wiener. It's like steroids for your wiener.
That's right. It's an ecological step.
I'm good, man. You know, I'm just I can't even say a long week. It's just you know,
right.
It's a week.
I mean, a week ago this time we were at wrestling.
Yeah, we were literally watching AEW at this point.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Fuck yeah.
I'm all right.
Well, that's good. That's what I like to hear.
Nothing to talk about necessarily.
Yeah.
Watched some wrestling.
Nothing to talk about on air.
Bought some comics.
Yeah, we did. A lot of fucking lot.
We did. And then that's it. And then we're here.
Joe, I bought a lot of comics.
Yeah, you did.
A lot.
You bought
a lot
too. Yeah, I got to take a fucking break.
No, we can't take a break.
Yes.
We can't. We got to keep going. Keep pushing.
I've been doing this for years. You ain't got to keep pushing nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey,
you hear that in the background? That's things you don't get at Soon to Be Named Network.
Sounds of freedom.
It's going to be the sounds of death, actually.
That's a lot.
Yep. Welcome to my home. This is
not the first time I heard that today coming down here.
Yeah, well, you know.
I died hard with a vengeance behind an ambulance today, part of the way getting here.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it was coming through Wilkesboro, like up Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
And the ambulance was popping through, and I was like, all right, cool. And he got in front of me. I was like, yeah, follow the leader.
Nothing wrong with that.
But, yeah, so I guess we'll start. We do have news to talk about, but we are watching TNA in the background, and that seems weird for us.
Yeah, I feel like whenever you're here, we watch TNA in the background.
It's true. Because we're not even sadistic enough to show Michelle TNA.
No.
But we are going to TNA this weekend.
Yeah, we are.
So Saturday, we're going to be at the taping at the 2300 Arena. We don't.
It's going to be a time.
We have some idea of what's going to be on the show, but not a ton. I don't want to talk about it.
No, if Kushida's not there, I'm going to be upset.
It'll be a big old downer.
I
hope Rhino's there again.
That'd be fun.
Only the saving grace of this fucking show. But we won't be there for the Friday taping, but we will be there for the Saturday taping with the Godfather of the soon-to-be-named network, Joe Sposto.
Yes.
Much more recognizable than us, so if you know him, come over, say hi to all of us.
Joe back in his stomping grounds of the ECW arena.
That's right. I wonder when the last time he was there was.
Probably Chikara, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
right?
but he's probably been there since the remodel, right?
I don't know. What would he have been there for?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I'll have to ask him. If only I had his phone number.
I would say if you want to run down the street real quick.
Right.
Hey, Joe.
So we'll be at TNA. So next week is going to be a big TNA recap episode. So I guess kick us off your RSS feeds now.
It may be big or it might be small too.
It'll probably be small.
I'm not sure.
But we're going to eat a cheesesteak and we're going to watch some wrestling. So it won't be that bad.
And we're going to go to Insomnia Cookies.
We are. We're going to. Well, don't tell Joe that. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Well, spoiler alert. Joe, don't listen to that.
We're going. Get your ass ready for some cookies.
Get your stomach ready too.
Yeah.
All right, well...
look up the secret password before we walk in the store this time.
That fucking bullshit. They made a fool out of me.
They did.
I'm still embarrassed.
Yeah, you should go get your revenge.
You embarrassed me in front of my friends.
That Insomnia Cookie guy tried to fuck on you. I saw it.
It was fucking bullshit, man. I was real pissed off about it.
But all right, now that the TNA is out of the way...
Well...
Let's...
getting some more Tiz and
Let's talk about the Nizus.
Tiz and Izzy? All right, I got a couple things.
1 2 Ranoli.
Got a couple 2 tree.
Brooktini, brother.
Brooktini.
Dude.
It got announced that not just next year, but over the next couple of years, Indianapolis, Indiana is getting not only the Royal Rumble, not only SummerSlam, but also WrestleMania.
Wow. All right.
That's kind of wild.
That's a lot.
For Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, home of the Colts.
Yeah. And like...
Where are they doing it? At the Colts Stadium?
Yeah, Lucas Oil.
Is that a dome?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah, they're not going to do it outside cold weather ever again, I think.
You don't think they'll come back to Philly?
No, I don't. I really don't.
All right.
Unless Philly got it indoor.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. But yeah, good for Indianapolis, I guess.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Cool for the Midwest.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think it's like an actual destination city or anything.
No, but all the wrestling's going to be there, so.
Yeah. Boy, Ed, you're going to be close to a lot of wrestling.
Is Ed close to?
It's only probably not that far, right?
It? I don't
know.
Where does Ed live? What's Ed's address?
Yeah, somebody give us Ed's address again. Yeah, that's happening, so good for them.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up. So what's Ed's address? I don't know. Where does he live? Columbus. No, that's not where he lives.
I don't know.
Cleveland, Cincinnati.
Sandusky.
All right. Well, we're just gonna say Sandusky, Ohio.
Sandusky, Ohio.
All right. So Sandusky, Ohio, from here. Okay, about a 6-hour drive. All right. And then we're gonna say Indianapolis, Indiana.
This is good mathing.
And we're gonna get rid of that. Loading. 4 hours.
That's not bad.
No, if he is in fact in Sandusky, which is kind of near Cleveland, so
I don't know. I hope he's in Sandusky.
I don't know.
Sandusky, Ohio.
So
yeah, Indianapolis. You're getting a bunch of shit over the next couple of years. So
what's around Indianapolis? Let's see.
Nothing.
Bloomington, Greencastle, Shelbyville.
There's nothing.
Greenfield, Greensburg. Looks like there's a Columbus in Indiana also.
I guess you go hang out with Pat McAfee.
Kokomo. There's a song about that.
Yeah, I would say that's a different Kokomo.
I don't know. I think it's the same one. I'm pretty sure it's a good one.
We're down in Kokomo, Indiana. All right. We also have
Missouri. Come on to Milwaukee.
Jesus.
Toledo. Pittsburgh. Come to Lancaster. See, it's the same thing.
I mean, that's the original version of the song, actually.
Come tell the Finger Lakes. It's perfect. That's what the song is. I'm pretty sure. I remember that because John Stamos played with the Beach Boys.
That was the B side.
It was, yeah.
The alternate cut.
Yes, right.
The real cut.
Yeah.
Next, I'm going to have Rest in peace to Sika.
Yes.
Sika Anawai.
Yes.
I don't know how old he was. I didn't look. I'm sorry. Old. Roman Reigns' father.
Yes.
One half of the Wild Samoans.
Yes. Hall of Famer.
Yes. So, R.I.P.
Hazleton's own.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah. Obviously, spawned how many goddamn
the family just all over the place. Yeah.
Crazy.
I think I saw a thing the other day, and this is jumping ahead slightly, but I saw, I won't.
Sounds of Freedom. I get to say it.
The newest addition to the bloodline, who I won't name yet, went over the family tree on like some interview and named everything and said that like The Rock is there, but like through his mom, a couple generations back or whatever.
He has 7 daughters.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never going to end.
And a bunch of felony offenses that are getting him a hard time booked in anywhere outside the U.S. So,
well, we'll discuss that in a little bit.
That's fine. But anyway. Rest in peace, Sika. A legend, absolutely. Wild Samoans, amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very important in the formative years of WWF and wrestling as a whole, and trained a lot of people.
Oh, no doubt. I always see that Wild Samoans 2-pack, and I'm like, that's real cool.
Yeah.
I don't need it, though.
No.
I don't have any other news.
No?
I have, something we watched.
Okay.
That wasn't,
hold on.
real-time wrestling.
I just Googled Pro Wrestling News. That's the sound for it. So Lex Luger applies for several trademarks. Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
I did not.
Lex Luger, the Total Package, and the Total Package 2.0.
Whoa. Is it going to be like a El Hijo del Lex Luger?
I don't know.
There should be.
So he's trying to make his own merch. There.
Oh, okay.
Military Gun made Post Malone's WWE 2K24 Pro Wrestling entrance music.
Really?
Yep.
What song is it?
I don't know.
Does it do it faster?
You would think that Post Malone would do his own entrance music.
You would think, but I do know Post Malone does love Military Gun.
You know what's funny? The opening line of this article is Post Malone loves Military Gun.
Yep. He's a big fan of them.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's so weird to me still.
Do it faster, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what he was singing. Well, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yep, kind of figured it.
There you
That's
go.
a good song.
So there you go.
Is that the news?
Oh, hold on. In the game, Posty makes his entrance to a new 52-second Military Gun song, which has the beautifully stupid title, Gun Under the Gun. It's a new one.
Okay.
In this article I was skimming, so he was just singing Do It Faster in some video. So
okay.
So there you go. So by that, play as Machine Gun, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not
Post
Machine
Malone
Gun.
to hear Military Gun.
I'm going to buy that game eventually when the Muda DLC comes out.
Okay, I like it.
Just to be like, hey, there's official Great Muda.
I wish they didn't put a game out every year. Because, I would like to buy it and play it because, the Terry Funk pack is there.
Yeah, it is.
But then I'm like, but if I wait for it late to get on a sale, then in 6 months there's another game out, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's tough. It's a once-a-year thing.
Yeah.
It'll always be once a year.
I just don't think the game changes enough for the roster shifts enough to warrant it.
Well, that's the big complaint about most sports video games. It's
Yes.
just a roster update.
It's true.
It's a fucking fact.
Especially because graphics have advanced so far that any sort of increase year to year is going to be incremental.
Yep.
So you could just sort of just build on one and put out enough DLCs that basically equal another fucking game.
Yeah.
But whatever. But the Terry Funk thing is tempting. 9 hours ago from the Sportster. There's a website.
What's the Sportster?
The Sportster. 10 best pro wrestlers in the world right now, ranked by skill.
Okay, that's subjective.
So there's 4 pictures by Robert Perez. There are 4 wrestlers in the header image.
Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes.
Correct. You will not get the next 2.
Are they in American companies?
They are. But they're not American people. But they are males.
Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Anton?
Correct.
Fuck. No, I don't know.
Takeshita.
Really? Okay.
And Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah, Dragunov's on a lot of people's lists.
Let's look at the list. Ilya Dragunov coming in at 10. He is 30 years old. 7-3 in 2024. Saying his best match this year is against Ricochet from Raw on May 6th.
It was good.
Number 9, Takeshita. Age 29, 13-7 this year. Best
29.
match, Will Ospreay at Revolution.
Yep.
Number 8, Mayu Iwatani.
Fuck yeah. All right, Mayu.
31, 30 and 24 in 2024 already. Best match versus Sari at All-Star Grand Queendom.
Match rocked.
Number 7, Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay, this is a good list.
36. He's 46-7 this year in his best match.
Him and Danielson.
At New Beginning, yes, absolutely. Number 6, Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Says proving he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's 38. He's 47-2 this year.
Wow, best match probably against Roman.
Yep. Number 5, Kazuchika Okada.
Okay.
36 years old, 15-5.
Best match against Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom.
Correct.
Okay.
Number 4, Chad Gable.
Oh, all right.
38 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that.
Him and Sammy from Monday Night Raw.
He's 5-17 this year.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And it's him and Sammy from Clash at the Castle.
Okay. I like the Raw match better, but okay.
Number 3, Gunther.
Makes sense.
36 years old, 22-11.
Match. Was it him against somebody at Mania?
Mm-hmm.
No. Who the fuck did he... Oh, because he lost the Intercontinental. Who the fuck's
Sure did.
Sammy.
Yeah. Yep.
More Sounds of Freedom.
Number 2, Will Ospreay.
Okay.
31 years old, 13-6.
Him versus Danielson.
Correct. At AEW Dynasty.
Yeah, so Danielson's number 1.
I'm going to go back and look through Danielson, how many times he's on this fucking list. Number 1, Bryan Danielson is still the best wrestler in the world. 43 years old, 20-7. And his best match,
Ospreay.
Will Ospreay at Dynasty.
Makes sense.
So Danielson is there at the number 1 position. He's at the number 2 position for his match against Ospreay.
Yep.
Sami Zayn's got 2 spots for his match against Gable and Gunther. Okada is Danielson. That's his 3rd appearance on this list. Cody and Roman. Then he's there with Zack Sabre Jr. That's his 4th appearance on this list. He does not wrestle Mayu Iwatani.
I wish he would.
There's Ospreay and Takeshita and then Ricochet. So Danielson 4 times on this list of 10. So
Danielson's still the best.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Yep.
And that's
still
it.
the best.
That's all I got.
All right. Any other news?
No, that's it. That's all worth the print.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yes, I have an answer, probably.
Who killed WCW? Part 4.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you who it is. The same answer has been 1 through 4. His name's Eric fucking Bischoff. No matter what anybody tries to fucking tell you.
I think it was Meltzer was like, this was just an Eric Bischoff rehab project.
Yeah. I mean, Joe from Analysis has been saying that a whole bunch. Yeah. This episode, number 2 was a pretty big one. I mean, I've liked all these episodes.
Yeah, they're fun to go back and watch.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to listen to the lies. Not enough Bret Hart for my liking.
Agreed.
But he got his point across. But this one was especially an egregious Eric Bischoff episode because they set him up to cry.
Yeah, they did.
When like that video from Nash, he's like,
yeah,
cool.
That's cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there should be more Bret Hart and everything. I do agree with that.
Yeah, well, of course. Birthday parties, TV shows.
Oh, we love Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Who
do you think loves Bret Hart more, you or Bald FTR?
I don't want to say anybody, but because I do love Bret Hart.
Yeah.
But Marcus loves Bret Hart a lot.
Okay.
But Bald FTR loves Bret Hart a lot.
He really loves Bret Hart.
Phil loved Bret Hart a lot.
Yeah.
We just all love Bret Hart.
Okay? We all love Bret Hart. That's fine.
Equally.
It's not a competition.
Yeah,
You're
you
right.
love Bret Hart a lot.
You're right. We all love Bret Hart.
As everyone should.
Yeah.
Yeah, though, the episode, I thought it was fun, like the fan cam sort of walking around the last day of Nitro. And, Dustin Rhodes looking at the format sheet, and he goes, Vince McMahon vignette. He goes, this is real shit, I guess.
And the numbers from the pay-per-view
my God,
dropped.
that's crazy.
Like 81% or whatever it is. Fucking nuts.
What was it, 99 uncensored to uncensored 2000?
Yep.
Yeah, it dropped 81%.
Fucking bananas. Absolutely crazy.
Oh, my God. Did you like when they talked about the conspiracy theory of it being sold for pennies on the dollar?
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy. I mean, I Bob Ryder, he was involved in TNA a lot.
Well, Bischoff has been spouting that story for a long time.
Sure
that he got a
has.
group of, like, after the deal fell through, he got a group of investors himself to buy it, and they told him no.
Yep.
and then WWE bought it for super fucking cheap.
It sold for, or they bought it for $4 million.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was...
I would have figured out how to get $4 million to buy that company if I could have.
I think it was Jericho who said that, too. He's like, if I knew how cheap he bought it for, he goes, I would have tried to buy it myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's crazy, $4 million to sell that. But
do you think they could have saved it? Do you think if somebody else bought it? Because, so, first of all, I think the number one thing that would have happened was I think they would have lost Monday nights.
Yeah. See, I think they would have...
They would have at least, if not losing Monday nights, they would have lost them on TNT.
They would have lost Thursday nights, I think.
Yeah.
Monday nights, I think they would have kept. Thursdays, they would have left.
Okay.
Like Thunder would have got canceled.
You think they would have just went back to one show?
Yeah, okay. I think so. And if you remember, Nitro, they started running 3 hours at one time.
I remember.
I think they would probably bump it back to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just... It's tough to say if they would have been saved,
like creatively, do you think they could have turned that ship around, righted the ship, if you will?
Not with Bischoff.
Right, they were really bad creatively.
Not with Bischoff, obviously not with Russo.
We see what Bischoff does when he goes to TNA, TNA, right? It's not better.
Crushes it.
Yeah.
And I mean, crushes the spirit of TNA,
right.
you
exactly,
know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. If they would have actually been able to make it work, I don't.
Because they had the talent. I mean, a lot of their talent had left earlier. They talked about it in episode 3. Your Guerreros, your Malenkos, Benoit's leaving. That's a pretty big blow.
There wasn't enough of a raging fan base,
right? Yeah,
it wasn't like ECW,
right?
You know,
they had ruined a lot of that. You know, they had turned a lot of people off. But they still had, Nash and Hogan and Booker and they still had talent. The creative was just so fucking bad.
The problem is though too, you're still paying those guys a lot of money.
Right? Yeah, they would have had to file for bankruptcy, bounced all those contracts, and then hope that people came back.
Yeah,
for less pay.
And they even talked about it towards the end of the episode. All the guys that just said, "Why am I going to go work and get paid less when I can sit at home and get paid my full deal?"
Yeah, it was weird that they sort of set Booker up to look a little bit like a scab, because he was like, "Yeah, I want to go wrestle for half my pay."
Well, and he said,
which I don't think was a bad idea. No. I just think the show sort of framed it like everyone else was holding out, and Booker was a little too anxious to go to the other side.
I'm gonna shut this off. This is distracting the fuck out of me. This bare knuckle fighting, this barbaric. Yeah, with Booker, he didn't. I don't think he didn't have that name recognition of a Goldberg, Nash, Sting, Hogan, Hall. Was he popular in WCW? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did people know who he was? Yeah. But that was a kind of a time for him to see oh, I'm the big guy from WCW that's here right now. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, would I have sat home? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, not a mark.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think anybody would have been able to save it.
Yeah.
Per se.
I don't think so either.
I think
it was too far gone.
Yeah. I think so. It just didn't have, again, it didn't have that following at that point.
Right. And who, the question is to save it, who's going to run it? And you couldn't go back to any of the people that once ran it because they were completely out of fucking ideas if they had any at all to begin with, bro.
You had to wonder if guys like Jeremy Borash would have started a little bit early, because he was at the end of WCW.
Right.
So you have to wonder maybe if he gets that boost early and starts with the creative.
WCW champion Lash LaRue.
That sounds amazing.
I'm here for it.
WCW World Tag Team Champions,
High Voltage. High Voltage right there.
How happy are you that you know somebody who owns a High Voltage shirt?
You never cease to amaze me.
I fucking love High Voltage.
Yeah, well,
it's over. It's over. It was a little 4-part miniseries. Who knows what's going to happen?
I like when The Rock would interject himself in those things.
I know. I'm like, Rock, you don't give a shit about this.
No, you don't fucking care.
I know you're a former WCW champion, but stop it.
Yuck.
Knock it off.
Yuck.
All right, so actual wrestling we watched this week.
Yes. Where's my phone?
I watched some SmackDown.
Okay, I did not.
They were in Chicago, so you know what that means.
Same as TNA.
Ah, yes. Chicago Phil, he's out there. Mm-hmm. Everybody's loving him.
Yeah, they did a big thing. He's not cleared to wrestle though, right?
No.
He's still hurt.
Heyman comes out and they have a nice little reunion, which I thought was kind of cute.
Okay.
And Paul's going, I'm coming out here to warn you as your friend, as someone who loves you. The bloodline, they're coming for you tonight.
Okay.
And he goes,
why the bloodline? I thought him and Drew were doing the business.
So they were on their way into town, and sports radio said that Chicago was CM Punk's town. And so Sikoa said, no, every town is my town.
Oh.
Yeah. So he came out, he's like, Punk, he goes, you got two options. Number one, acknowledge me as your tribal chief. Or number two, we're going to beat the hell out of you.
Okay. Solo's doing the acknowledge me stuff now? Is it working? People behind him?
We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
All right.
But Bloodline surrounds the ring. They're about to jump Punk. And Cody runs out, makes a save. And they both have baseball bats.
Oh.
Two hot baby faces.
That's right. Both in a better place, I heard.
Yes. Yes, former AEW superstars.
Yeah.
A little bit later in the show, there's a little interview going on backstage. And it's in front of one of those metal grate pull down things.
Yeah.
And you hear somebody smash up against the metal grate. It happens 3 or 4 times. And the metal grate raises and Punk's laying there.
Covered in raspberry jam.
Yes, covered in his raspberry jam.
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre standing over him. And it looked cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And so Drew just picks him up. Fireman's carry, walks him all the way to through the backstage, through Gorilla to right on the ramp, and he just drops Punk backwards.
Okay.
And he gets down on one knee, does the Punk little it's clobbering time thing, and then he takes something off of Punk's wrist.
Okay.
And he puts it in his pocket and he walks away. It looked cool as fuck.
Was it Taylor Swift friendship bracelet?
So it was a friendship bracelet
from Larry the dog.
Yeah.
Was it really?
I think it said Larry in April.
Oh.
Yeah. So, because Drew put up a video today where he was on a bike and he's talking about CM Punk and he drops the, what did I ever do to deserve an empty-headed dumb fuck like Phil?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a callback. I like it.
That's a callback.
I was going to say to him and Cody, two former AEW champions, but Cody refused to get that belt.
That's right, yeah.
Because he thought it was going to get himself over with the crowd.
Oh, my God.
And instead, it literally got his weight belt thrown back at him and he left in a fit.
Come on, he was a TNT champion, the real world champion. But then Punk got stretcher jobbed and everything.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You know what I would do?
Drew's hitting right now.
If I was Drew McIntyre, I would take that little bracelet and do the gimmick. Was it Stone Cold that threw Kurt Angle's medals in the river? Who did that?
I remember somebody used to put I think it was Edge used to put Angle's medals down the front of his pants.
I remember somebody
all over his cock and balls.
Somebody threw them in the river or something. And
there was a lot of things that got thrown in the river.
Well,
remember when was the Smoking Skull title got thrown in the river?
That lady that was with Jimmy Snuka. Wait, no. Is that a river? I don't know.
That was more of a sound.
Yeah, but I would do something really funny with that, treat it like it's something super duper important and super dramatic with it.
That would be funny.
You know, run it over with a monster truck, put this tiny little bracelet down on the ground, and then the camera pans out and there's and Bigfoot is there, or some fucking Scottish monster truck if there's one.
They got the Giants monster truck from Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, and then Drew gets in it and runs over the bracelet.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I want this to happen now.
I'll send it in my booking packet to Hunter.
There was one match that I thought was pretty good. It was a triple threat for Sounds of Freedom. I think it was a Money in the Bank qualifier.
Okay.
Featuring Andrade.
Speed champion Andrade.
Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And
I wonder who won that one.
Who do you think?
Kevin Owens.
Andrade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hopefully they're going to give him a push, right?
Yeah. Who'd thunk?
Yeah. Andrade won. Yeah.
Wow.
Good for him.
What blackmail he has on somebody there.
Yeah, the finish was real cool.
Is he still speed champion?
Yeah.
Did he come out with a speed champion?
No, he didn't.
Is there a belt?
No, he got a jobber entrance, actually.
Oh, really? And he's still there.
And he won the match.
That's because they were tricking you right there.
Yeah,
they wanted to think he was going to lose.
Hook, line, and sinker, brother.
That's right.
But yeah, hopefully Andrade does something.
Has he done any messy-haired boat pics with Charlotte lately?
He fucking should.
Yeah.
And then the big thing that come out of this was the end of the show. It was Cody versus Solo.
Okay.
It lasts a minute and a half, and the Tongans run in and jump Cody.
Mm-hmm. How they looking?
Listen, man, I have a lot of PTSD from them. I know Tim and Marcus are higher on them, but they didn't have to sit through what we had to sit through.
Yeah.
So. And then Randy and Owens make the save.
Okay.
And they get to the point.
Cody?
Yeah. Baby faces, brothers, sticking up for each other.
Okay.
And they get to the point where Solo's back down into the corner, and the three of them are backing him down, and Solo just gets a big smile on his face. And Jacob Fatu debuts.
Is that what they're calling him?
Yeah.
So he's not taller Tonga?
Nope. He's not Tummy Tonga.
Yeah.
He's not Cesar Sokoa.
Okay.
He's Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
Dude, like, lays out all the baby faces by himself.
Nice.
Crazy. Like,
what's the I've seen him obviously, but I don't have like a frame of reference for like size. Is he like taller than like Solo?
Yeah, he's taller than Solo. Okay. Yeah. He hit a splash off the top rope through Cody through the announce table.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, the way it was shot was so good.
Yeah.
Commentary put it over so well, too. They were like, this is the member of the family that nobody wanted anything to do with.
Right, because he's been arrested a bunch.
Well, they even say, they're like, this is the guy that should be locked up.
Yeah. Right. Lean in, I guess.
He looked like an insane person.
Good.
Immediately, I thought, well, he's better than Solo.
Does he have a Samoan? Is he Samoan werewolf?
Yeah,
that's him. Okay.
Yeah, and he had like a werewolf design on his shirt.
Oh yeah,
they already gave him official shirt and everything. Okay. Yeah,
all right.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome.
All right, good,
great debut.
Yeah, he's taken over.
Good for Jacob Fatu.
I saw the clip of like when they do like the finger up or whatever, and the Tongans looked a little hesitant.
They were like nervous. Yeah.
Oh, because they're afraid of him. Or?
Yeah.
All right. People online were like saying that might be like they're going to turn and leave because of this guy.
No, they were just like nervous because they're like, oh, this guy's unhinged.
Because he's unhinged. Yeah, he's a little cuckoo beans.
Like you thought we were crazy.
Which is funny because that's sort of like what the way they framed Solo in the beginning was that he was like he was the wild card, like
never talked.
Yeah,
he always beat people up.
The madman did the Samoan spike.
Yeah,
and now they got a guy who's actually been
an actual crazy person.
Yeah. Okay,
it was awesome.
All right. And he's by himself fueling the bloodline because he's got 7 kids.
Sure does.
Yeah. In 2044, it's going to be the bloodline, and it's just going to be his children.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Monday Night Raw, I didn't watch any matches because nothing really gave me the need.
Okay, happy.
But
good.
Drew McIntyre cut a promo.
Okay.
And he talked about
on Phil, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, I prayed to the big man for this to happen.
He did that before, though, didn't he?
He goes, but that big man was me. I was like, that fucking ruled. Right. Drew's killing it.
Yeah,
he is so good right now. Yeah. Please give him the title.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He deserves it.
He's fucking awesome.
All he had was that pandemic run, and he deserves better than that for sure.
And he's so much better as a bad guy, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you see the Uncle Howdy video with Bo Dallas?
I mean, I saw the debut. Was that on this show?
No.
No, what happened now?
So
was Bo Dallas in the video?
So they give a videotape to Michael Cole.
Okay.
And Michael Cole's like, well, we have to play it.
Yeah.
And it's like a sit down between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I kind of liked it. Like,
so are we trying to say that Bo Dallas has been corrupted by Uncle Howdy or that they're different people?
I think that, like, Bo Dallas is a normal human being, but he's clearly still Uncle Howdy.
Okay.
Like, he just talks about Bray. And, like, Bray's legacy and, you know, like, he's like, nobody has to walk around on this earth feeling what I feel because of him dying.
Okay.
It was good. Like, I don't know. People poo-pooed all over it.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was good. It's like 4 minutes long. It's actually,
trust you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. So you're saying you believe?
No, I definitely don't. But because again, he hasn't wrestled in 5 years.
Very true.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. I thought it was pretty good.
Has it been 5 years?
It's been over 5 years.
What's his last gimmick? The B team or whatever?
I think it was B team. Yeah. B team, go go go.
That's fucking crazy.
Him and Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel.
The Age of McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
That's all I had from Raw.
Okay.
We do
Raw Daddy.
We do have a match from Ring of Honor.
We do. We have Ring of Honor to talk about.
Which Damn, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that Fletcher Briscoe match.
Yeah, so obviously we were there last week. So Collision's gonna be a short talk for us, but the match from that airs tonight as we talk. Yesterday, as you hear this, the main event of Fletcher versus Briscoe was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it really was, and I'm excited to go back and watch that
for sure.
But this was the 2 out of 3 falls for the Ring of Honor TV title.
It was
Kyle Fletcher versus Shotty Lee.
That's right,
Shotty Lee Johnson.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, man. I thought this was really, really good.
It was very good.
I thought they had great chemistry.
Yeah.
That when Shotty Lee Johnson did that like sunset flip over the top rope into like the power bomb on the outside, that was dope.
The Destroyer did right before it, just crazy snap on it. Like really high impact, really kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Somebody make that look a little more deadly than it's normally done.
Yep.
Shotty Lee, who we've talked about in the past, I always thought he was a talented guy.
Sure, yeah, he's got some chops.
You know, he's young, he's got to grow into it, but this was very good. But he's a little bit on chicken and rice, looking pretty good.
Sure is.
They're getting a little bit of size on him, a little bit of putting a little meat on them bones.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was super good. There's a Gonzo bomb for the first fall.
There sure is.
Just fucking crazy. But that happens after they kicked out of just about everything for this first fall.
Yeah.
I thought it was framed really well that way. That first fall was a big time struggle, and then the next two didn't come quick, but they were a lot easier, a lot less false finishes after that first fall, which is how you should do it. But yeah, the Swan Dive Sunset Bomb was fucking awesome, and then a corner brainbuster for the win out of Fletcher.
Loved it.
So really
Kyle Fletcher's
solid
so
match.
good.
Kyle Fletcher's great. Solid match. We don't talk a lot of Ring of Honor here.
No.
Because there's honestly not a ton to talk about.
There really isn't.
I did see that on last week's episode, Erica Lee wrestled.
Oh, fuck yeah, Erica.
I'm pretty sure she lost to Taya Valkyrie, maybe?
Oh, well, fuck that then.
But Erica was on Ring of Honor last week. Or maybe this week, because the Ring of Honor this week is also piecemeal. That's not everything we saw.
It's not, no.
Super weird the way they're doing that, but whatever.
Yeah, it's
nobody watches, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
No, like the thing is, their pay-per-views are good.
Yeah, right.
But the TV,
right? But you think
the Honor Club stuff, just nobody cares about.
But when we were there, we got an opening Ring of Honor match in the 6-man with the.
Yeah, we did
with the Bang Bang Gang
in Dark Order,
which was under the Ring of Honor banner.
Yeah, then we had the world title match.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the show, we had
2 more matches.
The pure title match and the tag title match. So who knows what's going to make it?
Yeah. I don't know if the tag match is going to get aired anywhere. The last one.
Probably not. We'll see.
They're a little too loosey-goosey in that one for them to put that on TV in any way. But
you're not wrong.
But they spread that shit out, so it's weird. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
It's smart putting the title match on early so that the crowd was into it. But it was a really good match, so watch that.
Yeah, definitely.
But also go back and watch this because it was a really good 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah, I really thought so. I wish this was on like normal TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could put this match on any wrestling TV this week and people would be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is really good.
This was like my favorite match of the week up until last night.
Spoilers.
Oh, okay. Didn't watch Rampage.
Nope.
I didn't watch Collision. Just because...
Well, we talked about it on the ride home.
Yeah, we talked about it on the ride home. I already know what's happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's nothing I really need to see.
I went back and watched, fast forward through some stuff. I did not watch the Jericho segment that we skipped.
Fuck that.
But I did rewatch Okada versus Ultimo Guerrero, which was no bullshit dog shit live.
Yeah.
It stunk. And everybody's talked about it. For whatever reason, Tony Khan wanted Ultimo Guerrero in a mask.
It's so I'm so confused.
It's been a decade. And then they had to make a mask, and it didn't fit. I don't understand it. I don't understand the choice.
I think it was that cool ending, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the ending, it looks great on TV.
I did see it. I saw that.
Okada Rainmakers his mask straight up off of his head because it was already half off anyway. But he loses that mask in the match that we saw 3 to 4 times. They edit all those out for TV, and they do make it a better match on TV.
The magic of
editing.
But
it's still not a good match.
No.
It's just better than the dog shit we saw. which is unfortunate because it should be a good match, but clearly Guerrero was thrown off. He just didn't know what was going on.
Why they made him? I don't understand.
I don't understand it.
I'd like to sit down and ask who made that decision.
Well, Tony Khan's made a lot of bullshit decisions in his life, and I love him. Well, I don't love him, but like I'm a fan of Tony Khan and stuff. He usually makes pretty decent decisions, but this is a real stupid one.
I agree.
But I don't know. I don't understand. But it happened. And the Osprey match is very good. And we show up a bunch on the TV a little bit here and there. So, so I did look for that. And then we'll also watch Ring of Honor this week. We got to look and see if that Sky Blue match shows up on there.
That's on Rampage.
It's Rampage. That's right. That was Rampage tomorrow. Because guaranteed you're going to see us. You have to.
I would think so.
So we'll see what happens there. Right. And that was a good match, too. That Sky Blue match was good.
Yeah, they beat the fuck out of each other. Dynamite. What do you think of this opening segment?
With MJF?
Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, I think the same thing I think mostly about Max. That was fun. You know what? I think is probably better than average for Max, honestly.
I thought his parts were okay.
Yeah, it was.
I thought the Garcia parts stunk.
Yeah. It's Garcia. I didn't think it stunk. I think obviously they were forcing a guy in his hometown a little bit to get the big reaction.
And he didn't.
I like Garcia fine, but he's not a promo.
No, I like Garcia, but there's no fire there. Yeah. It seems
he just seems like a pretty low key guy.
When he's talking about, I bounced back from that title match against you, Max, and I've put on some of the best matches, had some of the biggest moments, and I sat there and I was like,
"You were like, name one, asshole."
Yeah, I was like, "Did you?
Yeah,
did you though?" Because I can't really name any. I was like, what, that one cage match with him and FTR against House of Black was really good.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I mean,
I can't think of...
He's definitely been a good wrestler, but
no
I don't
doubt,
know about the
good
moments.
hand. Yeah. Okay, when he beat Brody in the collision, or what the fuck was it? What the hell was the name of that damn tournament?
The Continental
Classic Tournament, yeah. The C2.
Yeah, C2.
That was cool. But that was October of last year or November at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I like Danny. I think they want to. They obviously they want to put some weight behind him and keep moving him. I don't know. I don't think he's a very good talker. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I just didn't buy into it.
And then him, Max at Wembley.
It's weird.
That seems.
I think there's going to be a bait and switch there somehow.
Because that seems a little low for Max.
Yeah.
And maybe they're like, well, we're going to use Max to get Danny over. We don't have anything for Max right now. Which you can't. You're not going to put Max back on the top because everybody's going to want him to have that title again. Sure. Not everybody, but the super over live crowds for whatever reason.
Sure.
And it'll be a good match, but it is interesting. Danny is going to get swallowed up microphone to microphone against Max. I don't even think Max is that good.
He can't hang with him.
So, and then we get Osprey interrupting also. And then they're saying Garcia Osprey.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah.
Which is
for whatever title Osprey has, if he has both of them. Yeah, very weird.
It is weird.
They're clearly trying to, I guess this is how they're going to try and make something out of Garcia.
But Garcia ain't beating these guys.
No.
If he does, I'll go, huh? Really?
Yeah, I mean, you can come off better through a loss, too,
But
it's just hard.
For a guy like him, where he seems to get to that point and then loses all the time.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
He's not like a guy like Darby who's bulletproof.
That's true. Oh, yeah, he's definitely not bulletproof.
So it's kind of weird.
I agree.
What do you think of LIJ versus the Blackpool Combat Club?
I mean, I think I texted you while this was happening that Shingo Takagi is just a phenomenal fucking professional wrestler.
I love Shingo so much.
And it's not a surprise to anybody. I'm not telling tales out of school here. I think if you've listened to the show or you've watched any New Japan over the last 5 years or 10 years, whatever long he's been there, he's a phenomenal fucking professional wrestler.
Great.
And it's one of those guys that we were talking about months ago about how he needs to be thrown back into that IWGP title picture.
He does.
Because he's one of the only legitimate guys that's there that has held it, that wrestles a really good style, that has these great matches with fucking anybody.
Yep, I agree.
Shingo is an incredibly talented fucking wrestler. This is a ton of fun. And I love the interactions with everybody, and I love that Mox just eventually has a fucking enough of it, and it's just gonna get DQ'd.
Yeah, that was definitely the safe way out there. we're not putting either team over anybody, so let's just do that. I like Naito showing up and slowly undressing.
And almost not getting out of his pantaloons before Mox fucking levels him.
I like that he was struggling with his pants. Mm-hmm. The man had nice pants.
Yeah, well, he looks great.
Yeah, Naito Moxley, Forbidden Door.
Yep.
Should be.
How do you think that's going to be? Do you think we get another miracle out of Naito here?
No.
All right.
I don't.
Do you think Naito wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Goes back to New Japan conquering hero.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let him get that run to Wrestle Kingdom with the belt, and then
send him off.
Hopefully lose it to Zack Sabre Jr. at that point.
Yeah. We've been waiting a long time for LIJ to split from Naito. But I think, so here, the problem with that is that Naito is so fucking beloved.
He's massive.
That you don't, LIJ can't turn from him and stay loved.
No, he would have to just get jumped out, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Maybe have like one match against Tsuji. Tsuji beats him. That's it.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Switchblade Jay White versus Ray Phoenix match?
Guns up, motherfuckers.
Guns up.
Guns up. Jay White fucking rules.
I think he's great.
Juice is there.
Juice is there for a little bit. I just like seeing him on my TV because he's a fucking madman. I mean, it's a good match. It's no question. Jay White doesn't lose his fucking match. No.
I don't know that Jay White. This was a Owen, right?
Yes.
I don't know that Jay White wins another one. I don't know who his opponent is.
It's either going to be the wild card or it's going to be Jeff Jarrett.
So Jay White doesn't win another one.
Jeff Jarrett wins, brother.
That's right. It's going to be Jeff Jarrett versus Brandon Cutler.
Oh God damn.
And then Jeff Jarrett wins. But Switchblade rules, man. I didn't count his abs to see if he came back with the 10-pack like Juice said.
Juice proclaimed it.
So
he looked great though. Jay White's awesome.
Jay White's one of those dudes, man, that like came in, like he made the right decision. Was sort of
sure. No, there was nothing left. In
New Japan, right? He'd just be bouncing that title back and forth or whatever. But came in, got hot, cooled off, got hot. And then they bought every other fucking free agent, and he was in the same position he was in New Japan, sitting behind Ospreay and Okada, really. But in a different world, like Jay White, and even still, if they were smart, but like Jay White can be plugged into the top of this card at any point and over deliver for
any single time. I agree. Yep, so. I agree 1,000%.
Yeah.
At the end of it, the patriarchy comes out to confront the Gun Club.
I completely forgot that they started this angle.
Gun Club. Oh, God. What the fuck am I doing? Well, the Bang Bang Gang.
Yes. I completely forgot this was an angle they were working, and I was like, why is Christian coming out? This is weird. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, yeah, because they're the best trios, and they have the trios belts, and this is what they're doing.
I like that Jay White just talked shit to him, though, when he got to the ring, you know? Thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weird dynamic, though, because Bang Bang Gang is supposed to be bad guys.
Yeah.
So Patriarch is also bad.
The problem is that, and I mean this 100% like sincerely, not just for my tastes. People will not boo Juice Robinson for long.
Well, yeah, they're already cheering for him.
Juice is gonna cut a promo, and they're not gonna boo those guys because of it. Like Juice is just that good. He's too much. He's too fucking entertaining.
I agree.
He's a goddamn madman, and I love him so much.
What do you think about the scissor race?
Well, so we get the Bucks promo before that saying that they're picking the wild card in the Owen. Who do you think it's going to be? People think it's going to be Hangman.
I don't
either.
Like they suspended him.
Right.
Why? Right. Why would they be the ones to bring him back and then give him a good opportunity immediately?
Unless are they going to do like you're doing our bidding or you don't have a job?
Maybe.
But that doesn't seem like the authority figures they're trying to be.
Yeah, so. I don't
but they said it's going to be in the Elite family, so. But they suspended Kenny too, so it can't be Kenny.
Well, Kenny just had surgery.
Yeah,
too,
right.
So I don't think it'll be Kenny.
Well, everybody thinks he's Wolverine, so he might be back. You don't know.
Fucking is Wolverine.
But I don't know who it could be.
Hangman seems to be like,
who else has ever been in the Elite? That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance it is Brandon Cutler. Is that what we're saying here?
Could be Brandon Cutler, or it could be maybe they got Chase Owens over. He was in the Bullet Club.
Yeah, he wasn't in the Elite.
Kota Ibushi. His ankles are still probably fucked to hell.
He was just on a show this week somewhere.
Yeah, he was. He made an appearance on Bloodsport.
Oh, that's right, because he gave the award to Fujiwara. That's right.
Him and Akira Maeda.
Yes, Akira Maeda looking like a fine businessman.
Damn right he did.
Does not look like the bad motherfucker that he was. Just looks just looks like someone's Japanese stepdad.
Yeah, he was like a very jovial man. He was very happy to be there.
Yeah.
He was happy to give Fujiwara his flowers.
Yeah, and then he looked like
literally a giant bouquet of flowers.
And he's going to go give the weather report at 11. Like, he just looked like a fine, mild-mannered man.
I love
not
Akira
someone who would
Maeda.
kick your head off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Acclaimed, and we get
The Scissor Ace.
So Billy Gunn's not in the match.
I guess not.
Is that what's happening here?
Sure.
Because
and they're against the Elite, right?
Yeah.
It's the Bucks and Okada.
yeah,
So we're gonna get an Okada Tanahashi showdown
yeah, I guess so.
in the year 2024.
Yeah,
Tanahashi, just let it go, brother.
yeah, right.
I know you're the president.
You took a fucking office job that was supposed to be on your way out.
I said to Joe last night, because he talked about Bill Gunn and Tanahashi having that connection. I said, one time they wrestled in New Japan, Bill Gunn told Tanahashi
for their Intercontinental Championship.
told him to suck his dick.
That's right.
Very loud.
That's right.
Remember that?
That was on one of the Painmaker shows, right? Wasn't Jericho? That was like Jericho's run, or no?
No. So this was the original tournament, I think, for the United States title. Remember they did those two shows back to back?
Yeah.
But I think it was, I think Tanahashi was the Intercontinental Champion at the time.
Oh, okay.
And the challenger was Bill Gunn.
Yeah.
And that's what he told him, suck my dick.
Oh, Billy.
That's when he was part of the Bullet Club Hunters. Do you remember the other member of the Bullet Club Hunters?
Was it Frankie Kazarian?
No, he was the Elite Hunter.
Oh, he's Elite Hunter. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. How dare
I don't
you.
remember.
Yoshitatsu.
Ew. Oh my God. Is that it? Was just Billy Gunn and Yoshitatsu? That was it?
Yeah, they were like a tag team.
What an elite group. It's the fucking A team of
Yoshitatsu.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Did he kill a guy? No, that wasn't him. Was it? Who was the dude other than Katsuki Sasaki that killed the guy in Japan?
I thought there was something like involving that.
Yeah, with Yoshitatsu. That's why he fled to WWF or whatever.
I don't know if he killed anybody. Oh, was that Kenzo Suzuki?
No, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it was Kenzo Suzuki. What do you think about the new stable of Conglomeration?
I love it. I wish they were called the Acquaintances, though. The Good Acquaintances is a better name.
It should be. Kyle O'Reilly cutting that, like trying to cut the Mark Briscoe promo was very funny. Mm-hmm. But then Briscoe just be like, all right, enough of this. Something about kicking ass and breaking necks or something.
Sure.
I do like that they have a name, though. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I think that they can get popular enough to make an actual run.
They could. There's a new trio right there.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good trio. That's a ton of fun.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yoshitatsu didn't kill the guy. I made that up.
No.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure it was Kenzo Suzuki.
Let me see if it was Kenzo Suzuki.
Tony, Amina Shirakawa, Mariah May against the Outcasts. That happened.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, wait, what was it? Oh, yeah, Mariah does the dance, and I loved it.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. She comes out with Tony and then runs back and then comes out with Mina and they do the dance together.
That's where Taz wants to do the dance.
Taz wants to do the dance.
Hey, me and you, Shivani, we need to do that from
Taz
now
had
on.
a week.
I love Taz.
Taz,
you're my best pal.
Yep.
Taz, I know if you're listening, I know you're listening because you're like Santa Claus. You hear us all. Mm-hmm. I love you so much. You're the best. Team Taz forever. I would never wear the color orange without your permission, sir. But yeah, this match happens. The good team wins, not the bad team.
This might be the hottest women's match in professional wrestling history. I'm just going to say that all grease balled up. I'm going to say it right here. These are 3 or 6 very attractive ladies.
Sure.
And it's hard for me to choose, and it's tough to say this, but much in the way where when this person's the worst worker in a match, you got a good match. When Saraya is the one where I'm like, that's the, that, and listen, anything can vary. Saraya is probably she's probably a little hotter than Harley Cameron.
I think so.
But the fact that Saraya is a piece of shit knocks her down a little bit. But either way,
good taste in men.
When Saraya or Harley Cameron are the least hot women in your 6-woman tag match, you got a good fucking match on your hands. And it was a good match otherwise too. And then afterwards, the
post match was so great when they take the sip of the champagne and Tony Storm's getting loose and starts dancing to Mariah's song.
Yep.
And then Mariah ends up getting smashed over the head with a champagne
Mina
bottle.
goes to get Tony with the champagne bottle. She ducks, and Mariah takes it.
Mariah got smoked.
Good shot, too.
It was
good. Stills of it online.
Yeah.
Did you see Mina's promo video that they put on Twitter?
No, I did not. That's a shame.
She cuts a whole promo, and she says, chin up, tits out, watch out for Mina.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She's running heel on this one. Took a bit of a heel persona here.
Listen.
So
God bless the second line in that
absolutely.
promo.
So it was a good one.
Yeah. Jericho.
Hey.
What?
You're skipping 2 belts Monet?
Oh, well, whatever. No, because what actually, I have what actually happened to set this up later in this, when we go overseas.
All right.
Yeah, Jericho Suzuki. This is going to happen.
Yeah, so this was funny. So they're selling the Bad Apple, Brian Keith's arm in a sling. Did that happen when we were buying beverages
it
and
sure did.
chicken fingers last week?
It happened when I was eating chicken candies.
So they're running the gimmick that Keith got hurt by Shibata.
Yep.
So they need a third person to make this a proper Forbidden Door match. And also, sidebar, I saw somebody on Twitter run down the Forbidden Door card and be like, this just looks like an AEW show with New Japan people sprinkled in. It doesn't look like a New Japan Forbidden, like AEW crossover show. And I'm like, is that true? And I looked at the card, and like, if there's not a New Japan person in the match, there's a CMLL person in the match. If there's not a CMLL person, there's a Stardom person.
Yep.
Like, it is a absolute crossover show. It's just more than just one other promotion now.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, it just looks like a regular AEW show, but okay. Shut up, blue check mark. But $8 to suck up to a fucking idiot from South Africa.
Emphasis on the mark part.
But so Jericho very annoyingly says he has the third person that he wants, and there's a video from that person that he didn't watch beforehand. And handsome Minoru Suzuki shows up.
A very handsome man.
And says, learning tree? I want nothing to do with that. And amen, Minoru Suzuki.
I feel that, Minoru.
Same. Big same. Even.
Yeah. So it's going to be him and Jericho, huh?
Great. Didn't we see that already?
I know they teamed together.
They teamed together. They haven't wrestled?
I don't think so.
All right. Well.
I know. Maybe you're thinking Jericho Ishii.
No, but.
No?
I mean, that, I remember that.
Okay.
It'll be, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't see Jericho having a problem working the quote-unquote Minoru Suzuki match.
He can do it.
So, and that's all we're getting. I mean, people say that in a derogatory way. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. Jericho's going to have to stand there and get the shit slapped out of him by Minoru Suzuki.
And he's
going
to have to give it back.
Right. So
otherwise, Suzuki's going to laugh at him.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
we'll see what happens there, but whatever.
Next thing I have...
Not lighting the world on fire, though.
Is,
Jogoon?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, when Jogoon comes out and... dude, I love Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And oh, brother, this guy stinks. Shibata, best promo in the business.
Absolutely.
He's so awesome.
Amazing.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yes.
Versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
Brother, I could watch these two wrestle each other forever.
This is like pay-per-view quality. It's funny that they're just like, yeah, this is how we'll build to Sabre Jr. OC. OC's got a new friend. He's going to wrestle Sabre Jr. first. And Cool Kyle's going to knee strike him to the fucking face.
Dude.
It was gross.
Like, just watching these guys counters to each other's counters. It's just like, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get, is it a little grapple fucky?
Yeah.
Sure. It's not Hideki Suzuki level grapple fucky.
Sure.
It's not Tim Thatcher level grapple fuck.
Sure.
Like, these guys are, and I think Marcus said it a while ago, if I'm going to watch it, why am I not going to watch the best at it, which
100%.
is Zack Sabre Jr.?
Absolutely.
I fucking love Zack Sabre Jr.
Me too.
But Kyle O'Reilly,
Kyle,
oh man, I feel like he's at that weird stage of what more are you going to do with him right now?
Yeah, right.
I get it. He's having banger matches.
So the thing about Kyle that's weird to me, and like I don't, and I'm not trying to knock Kyle here. Kyle's fantastic. I'm not going to say that Kyle's the best wrestler on this roster.
He needs to grow his hair back,
right? But like, Kyle O'Reilly doesn't wrestle like other people.
No.
And I don't exactly know what it is, but he does have a unique style to him. I don't know. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. I should focus a little more and watch and like try and dissect his stuff a little more. But he has a very unique way of doing certain things. That's like everything that he does looks smoother than everybody else. I don't know. Somebody smarter than me in wrestling could probably figure that out. But he is a unique looking wrestler when he's doing offense in that ring.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely like very Japanese strong style based, almost like a Nobuhiko Takeda,
right? And I don't. And maybe it's because he's actually like a trained like kickboxer or whatever. They can blend that in a little better than anybody else. I don't know, but the stuff that he does, it's just like super interesting to watch.
Yeah,
but not in like a. And while he does wrestle, especially in this match, like the grapple fuck like technical way, it's I don't watch him and go, oh look at how he look at this innovation, look at this thing, look at this thing. I'm just like, how come nobody else Snapmare looks that cool?
Right? Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, why does everything he does look so much cooler than when anybody else does it?
Puts a little stank on.
Yeah, it. I can't figure it out because I'm not as smart.
It's a lot of Shibata.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shibata's some very similar kind of wrestler.
Similar movements. Everything is just very crisp and different.
Yeah, very believable guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The post match for this, what's her face is the Undisputed Kingdom. That's their names, right?
Yeah.
They get in the ring and they're like helping Kyle.
Remember when Wardlow used to do the thing where he put a guy on the top rope and dropped him down and kneed him in the head?
Yeah.
Remember when Wardlow's just not on TV anymore?
Yeah, he's just not there.
Yeah.
I think he's still a little banged up. Remember he like hurt his knee that one time?
He still recovered from that knife in the shoulder.
Dude, all these years later, that open wound.
You get that nerve damage. You get that. You got a trick shoulder forever.
Flares up a little every now and again.
Yeah, he stitched it up himself. It's just the whole thing.
But like, yeah, Undisputed Kingdom gets in the ring.
Yeah.
They're checking on Kyle. OC goes to check on him. They shove him away. Zack Sabre Jr. grabs OC.
Right.
They have a face-to-face. Then, like, Robbie Eagles.
Yes.
And I think it was Robbie Eagles and Shane Haste.
Was it Shane Haste?
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Mikey Nichols.
Yeah, it wasn't Mikey Nichols.
So it was Shane Haste. They run out from TMDK.
Yeah.
And they're getting in Orange Cassidy's face. And Robbie Eagles shoves Orange Cassidy.
Right.
Which part of me is like, give me that fucking match.
Absolutely.
And then...
I didn't know this was happening. I don't know why this was happening. I had no idea. I'm just watching TV and my dude comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's right, because OC still has friends.
That's right.
That's fucking awesome.
He's got the biggest badass of a friend.
He should still be friends with Okada, but Okada's not in chaos anymore.
Nope.
He turned his fucking back.
Traitor.
But Ishii comes out.
You know, that Okada, he's a real jerk.
He is a real jerk. But Ishii comes out and does something rarely seen in wrestling.
Shows like compassion towards Orange Cassidy. It's weird.
He evens a 3-1 odd by himself.
It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool.
It's still out. They're still outnumbered, and they back off.
The crowd's
3 guys.
Like the crowd's chanting for Ishii, and it made me so happy.
Yep.
And he like puts his arm around Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
I was like, Ishii, look, kayfabe, brother. You know, you're supposed to be the meanest son of a bitch ever. Like,
he loves Orange Cassidy.
He does love Orange Cassidy. He's got Orange Cassidy's back.
Yeah, and it's just so funny that Ishii himself backs off 3 guys because that's Big Tom, motherfuckers.
Damn right. I fucking love Tomohiro Ishii.
I had a dream the other night that this just popped into my brain. And up till right now, I think I just thought it was real and nobody was talking about it.
Oh, boy.
I had a dream that Chuck Taylor came back.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen.
Nope.
No.
Dreaming about Chuck E. T.
Yeah, dreamed about Chuck E. T. apparently.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. Well.
Normally, I dream about, like, I don't know, dying in a car crash or dying in a boat crash.
Oh, I don't normally have bad dreams, really.
Yeah, I get a lot of dying dreams. Yeah.
So does Michelle.
What does that mean?
She gets a lot of bad dying dreams.
No, like, what does it mean that we have dying dreams?
Oh, I don't know.
We're going to die?
I don't know. For the longest time, I'll say this, Michelle doesn't listen to the show. It was only up until a couple years ago. Now, everyone in internet land has to understand Michelle and I have been together for 17 years. It wasn't until a couple years ago I was the only person in Michelle's life that she did not have a dream about them killing her.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it wasn't until it was never me for years and years. And then a couple of years ago, she finally had the dream where I murdered her.
Holy shit.
But literally, she said everybody in her life has tried to murder her in a dream.
Have I tried to murder her?
You have to ask her, but I would assume.
I should text her. No. Michelle, have I ever tried to murder you?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a dream about anybody, like, murdering me.
No.
I had a dream once about I got shot in the chest.
Okay. I like it.
And I woke up and my chest hurt.
Ooh.
So I was like, okay, is that like a weird, like, what happened here?
Kerfuffle happened.
Yeah, did I have a kerfuffle while I
Maybe.
slept?
You might have.
Boy, that'd be bad.
That would be bad.
Main event time after our Dream Warrior talk.
Yeah. In my dreams, I'm beautiful and bad.
I fucking love that movie so much.
Me too.
Swerve and Ospreay against Gates of Agony. Listen, there's nothing really to talk about in the match. It's just kind of there.
I'll tell you what, the coolest thing in this whole match, and I don't remember ever seeing him do it before.
Was it the ending sequence?
No.
Oh.
Well, I don't know where. It might have been the ending. Where Swerve springboards through the middle rope to the Swerve stomp on the outside.
Oh, that was real
fucking
cool.
insane.
Yeah,
dude.
that was cool.
So cool.
It was like he killed that one dude.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. And also, one of the two tries to headbutt the Samoan guy, and he doesn't sell it.
Smart.
And I'm like, you're goddamn right. I don't care who you are. You don't headbutt a Samoan.
Don't headbutt a Samoan.
A Samoan? Did I just say Samoan?
You sure did.
You never headbutt a Sibian, is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't want to put my face anywhere near a Sibian.
So...
But yeah, I loved the ending.
The super kick on Swerve was really well done at the end, with the Ospreay like accidentally hitting him and blah 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 kind of stuff or whatever.
When Ospreay grabs the belt off of Swerve, and Swerve murders him.
Absolutely,
I loved it.
Yeah,
loved it.
Yep.
It was like I warned you. I told you once. I said if we weren't friends, you'd be dead in the ground. And you did it again. Yeah. And I had to put you down.
They're going to tear down this fucking house,
I can't wait, dude.
So, Gates of Agony, really quick. So, are they... They're not with Cage anymore now either? They are. They still are?
Yeah.
Because they're back to their, like, the sort of their lineage, the historical gear, like, entrance gear and stuff. And I was like, are they back? Because, like, Cage comes out dressed like fucking King from Tekken.
Yeah, that's his lineage.
That's his lineage. That's his heritage, video game character. But yeah, I just didn't know because they got the matching gear and all that. But
yeah, they're still all together. And then, like, Hechicero's kind of with them.
Yeah, that's weird too. But
it is
weird. All right. But yeah, I thought this main event was fine. Obviously, it was just to get to the the tension for the pape, baby.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a really good Dynamite again. And I was thinking...
I thought it was pretty good.
I was thinking about things, because we always say this like leading up to the pay-per-view, because we got a pay-per-view.
Usually suck.
In the 2 weeks, week and a half to 2 weeks, usually between the Collision, Dynamite to Collision before a pay-per-view, one of those shows is going to suck out loud.
Yeah.
And I think it was the Collision that we were at.
It might have been.
I think it's going to be...
I'm curious to see what the Collision looks like tomorrow. Yeah. It's on Saturday because it was taped last night.
Right.
And that's taped... So the Collision's tapings didn't start till 10 o'clock at night.
Really?
Yeah, they were in Buffalo.
Woof.
That's a lot to ask.
That's tough. 2 more hours on top of that?
Yeah.
Well, hour 45.
Still, dude, that's...
You're not out of there till midnight. You gotta get your time cop speech. Did we talk about the time cop speech last week?
I don't know if we did.
We did get the time cop speech.
I think we did talk about the time cop. Remember we explained that to Doug, and he's like, I thought that was a joke.
Yeah, he was like, wait, you're serious? I thought you photoshopped that. Like, no, Tony Khan comes out at these shows when they're taped and talks about fucking time cop, because time cop fucking rules.
Doug was like, what a confusing man.
What an absolute confusing man.
Doug, you're not a confusing man.
No, you're a golden god. You're a 5-star man, Doug.
You are a 5-star man.
5-star man.
So... before we go to the Terry Funk moment of the week, moment of the week, listen to me. We have the Tim Taylor question of the week because he remembered this week.
I'm sorry, I got a funny text from Michelle because she's at home. She went to bed. She said, "I'm going to bed," and then she said about 3 minutes later, she says, FYI, our Roku remote in the bedroom works the fan. I nearly pooped.
It works the fan?
It'll turn the fan on. It's on like the same frequency.
Shit.
It's happened to me too.
That's wild. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's very scary.
Oh, I can't wait to see Michelle and ask her if I've ever tried to murder her.
Go. All right, whose question are we going for here?
Tim Z.
Hold on. Timsy. Do we know Timsy? Who's Timsy? Have I heard of Timsy before? Yeah. We know this guy?
Tim Z.
Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right.
All right. So Tim asks, with all the surprises that have come up between WWE and AEW over the last few weeks,
Correct.
what are some of your favorite wrestling surprises / shocks?
Okay.
Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Well, I mean, I got two, so
Go with one.
we've talked about it before. The most heartbreaking moment in my professional wrestling life.
Well, okay, that's
Tatanka joining the $1 Million Man, the $1 Million Corporation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to this day, it is the biggest.
To this day.
It's the biggest shock in professional wrestling for me, and I think it was incredibly successful.
Well, that was your first wrestling heartbreak.
It was my first wrestling heartbreak, but it was also a huge shock and twist, and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
for me, I think it was, and I think we watched it with Michelle. I think it was the 08 Rumble when Cena came back at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it was, I don't know if he was coming off a broken neck or a torn bicep
a broken
at the time.
fucking neck.
And his recovery time was cut in half because
He's a freak.
Because he might be Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was a cool moment because he lasted the Rumble. Madison Square Garden's going crazy for him. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
I liked that a lot.
All right. I got one more.
Go ahead. What is it?
Funk in a Box.
Okay.
Funk in a Box is a great reveal.
Funk in the box.
Sandman and him dressed in the America pants, and it's a really great fun ECW reveal. And also today the figure dropped on ringside, the Sandman figure.
So the pre-order's been up for a while.
Oh, has
the
it?
image is dropped.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the product in box?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. The only problem is that Sandman wasn't wearing a red tank top in that. He was wearing a red t-shirt.
Yeah, but you could just do the ECW shirt. It's a soft good shirt.
That's true.
So just keep that on it.
Yeah, that's true, I
I
guess.
don't know which one I want.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to get one of them.
They'll show up in stores, right? Probably.
They should.
Not in our area because we.
So I kind of our area is fucking terrible right now. But I did explain to our friend Jenna that, hey, that's the chase, and
I would have bought that chase if it wasn't $40. $40. It was like 38, 37, 38.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
Yeah, Ringside's getting a lot of hand.
I don't order from there unless it's on sale or something.
They have trained their audience, at least I think they have that. And with the chase, it's different.
Chases, I'll
because they'll sell,
unless
it's like a Japanese Despy one that's up forever. But
I bought it. It's wonderful.
But they've taught you to not buy anything until the Black Friday sale.
Yeah,
almost everything lasts.
That sucker's premium markets.
That Outsiders Ultimates I'm going to wait on again.
Yeah.
This Sandman.
Well, we were talking about it last night at the comic shop with Joe. Look at the Foley set.
Yeah, it's like $55 right now.
Cheap.
Yeah, when it comes to either Memorial Day or whatever, when they do another sale, that thing's going to be sub $50.
They're going to run a Labor Day sale.
It's going to be $45.
Then they're going to run a Thanksgiving Black Friday sale, and it's going to be cheap.
Yep.
For me, another one, probably for historical significance, Luger showing up at the first Nitro.
Okay.
That's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. And one that it's not so much like a return, but I remember I cried when it happened. That one G1 where Shibata showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Because he hadn't been seen since, he died pretty much.
Right, they had his brain taken out.
And when the opening chords of his music hit and the crowd just gasps and he comes out, takes a back bump and just sits in the ring and just says, "I'm alive."
Yeah.
And just roll that. I remember I was I got so fucking emotional over that because I was like, that was my dude. I fucking love Shibata.
Yeah.
Remember going to Atlantic City for Shibata
versus OC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember I was bleeding in my kidneys and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I gotta go.
And you did LVAC next week or whatever too.
I sure did.
I remember.
Anybody ever says I'm not dedicated to this
absolutely
fucking
are.
sport
100%.
of professional wrestling.
Yep.
Okay.
And you shook Doug that week too.
Doug
had
a realization.
Yeah, that man. It was the first time that man ever trembled out of agony, not ecstasy in his entire life.
That's the truth. Tim, thank you so much.
What about It Was Me, Austin? What about that one? That's a pretty good shock and reveal.
That's a good one.
Or the Bischoff when he tears off the old man face.
Yeah, those are good. That was funny. That was just on TV.
Because they showed it on.
Yeah, on the WCW.
Yeah.
Man, those are fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Jericho showing up in New Japan.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That first video of Jericho showed up at Challenging Omega, it was just was shocking.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You know,
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, look how many subs they got from it. Like,
yeah, right.
You know, I know Jericho is what he is now, but
yeah,
you know, when that happened, that was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, for sure.
And I listened to the podcast where he talked about it, and he said, he goes, I was in Wilkes-Barre, PA with Fozzy when I talked to Vince on the phone about it, and said, Vince, like, I can't do this without your blessing. And Vince says, well, you're not under contract, pal.
Right.
And it's just that was wild when that happened.
What do you think was the first big AEW shock?
Moxley.
Yeah,
for sure.
Was
because that was the first double or nothing pay per view.
Was that like? Did we have an idea of that though, or did he?
We knew Mox.
You know what I mean? Like the Dirt Sheets spoiled that, or was it?
No, Dirt Sheets. I don't remember them spoiling it.
Yeah.
So this is we weren't even watching AEW pay per views live yet.
Okay.
We were down Mahoning. And I remember like, oh, we'll buy it and we'll watch it tomorrow because this was on a Saturday.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
I remember we were sitting at Mahoning, and I think like I flipped you my phone and I was like, holy fucking shit, Mox just showed up.
Yeah.
That was probably the first like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was crazy. God damn, I love John Moxley so much. What a beautiful human being he is.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, Tim. Thank you, pal. All right, well, let's go to the Terry Funk moment of the week before we take a trip.
All right, let's go, Terry. Well, let me preface this. I'm doing a thing with the Terry Funk moments for the next bunch of weeks. I'm leading up to the Thunderdome match, to all the Flair stuff leading to October. So they're going to be sort of in order. So we have sort of one of the beginnings of this where there's a certain incident that happens that gets Terry in some actual real life trouble.
Yes, some real life heat, brother.
And then I'll tell you what it is after you hear it. But.
Yeah. Once again, and if you'll all bear with me, I'd like to read everyone, especially Mr. Funk, Mr. Hart, this telegram that I received before we went on the air from Jim Hurd. Please listen. Since the purchase of World Championship Wrestling by Turner Broadcasting Systems, the executives in charge of World Championship Wrestling and TBS have been aware that rivalries and feuds are a part of professional wrestling and have exercised leniency in letting the individuals involved settle their own affairs. However, the actions taken by Terry Funk go far beyond the guidelines of the sport, beyond the standards we demand of our wrestlers. We are interested in providing exciting wrestling for all of our fans, but Terry Funk's attack will not be tolerated. Terry Funk is hereby suspended indefinitely from wrestling in the National Wrestling Alliance and will not compete in any event under our auspices. It is signed Jim Hurd, Executive Vice President, World Championship Wrestling.
How long am I suspended for?
Indefinitely.
How does this Hurd or this idiot have the right to suspend me? He can't suspend me. Why doesn't he suspend Ric Flair? Look, for what? I'll show you what for.
This is a legal document. He's suspended as of right now.
He is not only suspended, they are asking for $100,000 fine. Do you think for 1 second, Hurd, that we are going to take this lane down? Do you think that we are not going to institute some kind of litigation? Do you think that you are going to protect Ricky Flair's annex by destroying this man's elbow? Let me show you something. Am I supposed to go ahead and sit there and take that? Look at my arm. What about Flair? Get a close-up of that. What about when he repeatedly beat me in the arm with the branding iron? Look at that. And now you expect me to apologize and pay $100,000 fine? No way.
No fine.
Yes, I...
And we're back. So that Terry Funk promo, for those of you who don't know, Terry gets suspended for the plastic bag incident. Very famous.
Oh, yeah.
And actual hell to pay because the sponsors were not happy.
No, they weren't.
Terry needed the suspension because the arm wound that he shows was very smelly and getting very infected, and Gary Hart forced him off the road because they threatened to tell his wife because he did not want to stop traveling. So they did this plastic bag angle. Look it up. It's very famous if you haven't seen it. And he looks like he's actually trying and almost commits a murder on TV.
Yeah,
on Ric Flair.
It's crazy.
So it's fucking great. But sponsors weren't happy, and I think Gary Hart actually took the heat backstage for it. So everything can keep going. But more of that, similar stuff coming up. But Terry fucking rules, and that's such an incredible lead up to
it sure is
everything that pay-per-view is.
God bless Terry. All right, so we're international now.
We're international.
I'll be honest, we're a little all over the place here.
We are. You a little more all over the place than me.
So you know what? We're going down to Mexico first.
Okay, let's do it.
I have stuff from
You kids like Mexico?
I have stuff
Woo!
from 2 different shows in Mexico.
You do. I have one match from one show.
Okay, so I'll just talk real quick then about the first show.
Do your thing.
I watched CMLL's New Japan Fantastica Mania in Mexico.
Yes.
I watched 3 matches. For the New Japan Strong title, Stephanie Vaquer versus La Catalina. Stephanie Vaquer retained. Stephanie Vaquer is great.
Very good wrestler.
I was very impressed with La Catalina as well. Very fiery technico. Not a rudo. The headline from this, though, was at the end, Mercedes Moné comes out. Her and Vaquer get in each other's faces.
Yeah.
Moné says, she's walked into your house.
Yeah.
Or walked into Vaquer's house. She's going to take her belt now, too.
Yeah.
Vaquer hits her with a headbutt. When they get face to face, they
Nice.
brawl. Moné scurries and grabs both titles and raises them in the air.
Is there a snowball's chance in hell that Vaquer wins this match?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
It's going to be a shame too, because listen, we both like Sasha Mercedes.
Yeah, no doubt.
More than some other people on the network, and it's all fair criticisms across
Of course.
the board.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There's people I love that people hate, and vice versa. But it is what it is.
There's a very strong chance that Vaquer makes Mercedes look like shit. Not on purpose. I'm not saying she's gonna like sandbag her. I'm saying that Vaquer is a better wrestler.
Their first match though that they had in New Japan was really good.
It was, right.
So I don't.
We'll see, but there's a chance. There's a chance that people will be going, "Oh man, Vaquer's better than her."
I mean, I do like Steph Vaquer a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But they had good chemistry last time.
Yeah.
So
Sasha's fucking finish. I'm already dreading it.
I hope she doesn't do it. Second match I watched was a tag team match. Michael Oku and Zack Sabre Jr.
And Michael Oku is the
Rev Pro
guy,
world title.
Okay.
Versus Averno and Volador Jr.
Oh, Volador Jr. I saw Volador's entrance. For this match. Maybe not.
So anybody who's into lucha, if you could explain to me why there's so many 2 out of 3 falls matches, I would appreciate it. I was gonna look it up myself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If somebody knows, fill me in.
All right.
Because I'm very admittedly blind spot.
Do we know a lucha expert?
I think Mike from Virtual Pros.
All right.
I know,
well, here's how we figure out whether or not he fucking listens.
Oh, Jesus. You know what? I think Silverthorne as well. Silverthorne watches a lot of the Triple Manias.
Okay.
But if you could explain this to me, I'd appreciate it. Because, again, I could have just looked it up myself, but I'd rather have a conversation about it. But this was a lot of fun. Michael Oku and Zack Sabre Jr. get the win. Down the stretch, there was great tension, between each team.
Okay.
Oku and Sabre were getting into it. Same with Averno and Volador Jr. as well. But Oku and Zack Sabre Jr., they do get the win. And I think Averno and Volador Jr. are going to have a match. So I thought that... I don't know. I just like when teammates accidentally kick each other in the dick and then don't apologize for it.
Okay.
Last match that I watched was the main event. Mystico versus Hiromu Takahashi.
Okay.
Hiromu back in Mexico. That's where his excursion was. I believe this is the 20th anniversary of Mystico. So there was a big ceremony beforehand. Like, wrestlers came out dressed as Mystico, little kids were dressed as Mystico, people in suits were dressed as Mystico. Gave him like a big placard and stuff like that. I thought the crowd was electric during this. The crowd, like the shows I've seen at Arena Mexico, they've all been pretty hot. Match was awesome. Mystico's entrance with the crowd singing along to his theme was like, holy shit, this is a god. Hiromu worked heel during this, and he was so good at it.
Okay.
You know, he'd cut Mystico off. Like, he was beating down Mystico. Mystico would hit a counter. He ran off the ropes, and then Hiromu hit him with a low drop kick. And Hiromu pops up, and he's smiling and pointing at his head like, not going to outthink me. A lot of, like, the, you know, classic, I'm going to rip his mask off, you know. Hiromu's awesome.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see him work heel.
Remember when he was on like a losing streak in Japan a bunch of months ago?
Remember when Tim had Hiromu fatigue? That hurt my heart.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I thought that this was like the 3 matches I watched were very good. And then I also watched from CMLL Sábados de Coliseo.
Ooh, is this what I watched? This is what I watched. I watched this. Yeah.
Hechicero.
Sorry, I was trying to Google really quick your 2 out of 3 falls things, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out.
Anybody, let me know, please. Because this was also 2 out of 3 falls.
This was.
Hechicero versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yes. Well, because also Kyle Fletcher Lee Johnson was 2 out of lots of 2 out of 3 falls this week.
Yeah, there was a lot.
All over the place.
Also on the CMLL show, Kyle Fletcher said that he's coming to Mexico.
Oh.
I think to face Atlantis.
Okay.
So
Atlantis Jr.
Yeah, Atlantis Jr. Well, yeah. So so that would be cool as shit.
That's awesome.
A lot of crossover. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was Hechicero versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Sure was.
I thought this was the perfect setting for this style of match.
Yeah.
Because
I like the way this arena looked.
It's a smaller venue, but it was still very loud, very active. I think like in the bigger venue, I don't know if it would have got lost in translation a little bit.
Yeah.
I liked it in this smaller venue. These two guys, they're grappling. It's just incredible.
It's a masterclass.
Like they're I know I mentioned with Zack Sabre with the counters with O'Reilly and stuff, but this was even better.
Yeah, well, because this is straight up just 2 technical masters going technical trying to out technical one another. Yeah. Kyle is a very good technical wrestler, but he brings striking and other things. These are just 2 dudes being like, well, I'm going to put my foot here and it's just going to be over for you and all that. And it is absolutely incredible. I personally like when Sabre is mismatched style-wise a little more.
Sure.
I like seeing him put strikers or power guys through the ringer.
Yeah.
But this is a fantastic match. Hechicero is so fucking good.
Yep.
I can't believe that like us and the greater like sort of American wrestling landscape as a whole have only discovered him, you know, because we're not lucha guys over the last like 6 months or so.
And the thing is with him, from my understanding, he's not like a big pushed guy in CMLL.
No, he was like an indie guy, and then he came in. Yeah, it's bizarre.
He is so fucking good, and he gets the win over Zach.
He does.
Which is awesome.
Right. Do you remember in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze?
What?
When they go to fight Toka and Razor at the end before they get busted into the Vanilla Ice concert.
Yeah.
And like it's like all they're like in the middle of that arena. And then all the Foot Clan and all the kids like line up, and it's like 3 layers above the arena. That's what this arena looked like.
Yes,
because when you looked, like there was like 3 balconies.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
This was Arena de Coliseo.
Sure,
I think that's what it was.
Sounds right to me. But this match is very good.
Dude, it. I loved it.
If you're a grapple foot guy, I straight up watch it. So, I have a question here.
Okay,
did Hechicero cheat on this finish?
You know,
did he use the ropes as leverage, or was it just like the ring positioning a little off?
If this was done on purpose, it's fucking genius,
right?
Because I saw that too. Like where his foot was kind of pushing the bottom rope for leverage a little bit, but at the same time, you could go, it was just
They just rolled a little further than they thought, and they were in the ropes. Yeah,
amazing.
It's very interesting because he does win against Zack Sabre Jr. and they're in Mexico, so the hometown gets the win.
Sure,
but Sabre Jr. is a bigger star globally.
Yeah,
so
let's get Hechicero over in New Japan.
Let's do it.
Let's make this fucking.
Let's
happen.
go.
Oh my god!
I don't think he can enter a Super Juniors tournament.
Well, no.
He's a little too thick for that.
I love this song.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I love this match?
They said Hechicero was 275, but he's more like 290. I heard. So
Jesus Christ, boy been eating. All right, that's all for Mexico.
Yeah, and well, we didn't talk about Forbidden Door necessarily, but like these CMLL guys teaming with what's his name with Mystico.
Well, that's on the pre-show.
Yeah,
how the fuck is that on a pre-show?
Right, but it's unprecedented that the Lucha Brothers are teaming with the CMLL guys.
Yeah, because they've been AAA guys. So
AEW just breaking boundaries, breaking barriers.
Tony Khan's fucking
breaking down the walls,
doing something, man. Break down the walls. All right, let's go to
where are we going?
Japan.
So where are we starting?
I'm gonna hit somewhere quick. I have a feeling you probably didn't watch this.
All right.
All Japan Dynamite series.
I saw you talk about it, but I'm like other people. I don't often side with Ed on things like this.
How dare you?
But Hideki Suzuki, that's who you're going to talk about.
I agree.
That's a snoozer right there.
He's normally boring. This was not boring at all.
Okay.
It was for the Triple Crown, Yuma Anzai versus Hideki Suzuki.
Yeah, I'm going to turn my All Japan hat upside down while we talk about this because I didn't watch it.
I thought they both overperformed.
Yeah.
Yuma Anzai, if anybody is going to drag All Japan kicking and screaming, I think he's the guy to do it.
You're pretty big on this guy.
I like him a lot. He's young.
Yeah.
He's having great matches already in the main event.
I like it.
Scene. I like him a lot. And, shocking, great grappling in this match. They didn't overdo it.
Okay.
And that's why I liked it, because there was also real stiff striking. So at one point, Suzuki has Yuma Anzai up against the turnbuckle, and his arms are kind of trapped behind him.
Yeah.
And he's hitting him with forearms to the stomach.
Oh.
And the sound it was making was you're breaking this guy's
For those of you who
right
don't know, that's Hachi Man.
Fuck off.
Right? That's what he was in NXT?
Stop.
Was it, right? Wasn't it?
Yes.
And what was he in? What was the name of that group? The Diamond Mine?
Diamond Mine.
With Stokely, right?
Yeah, and Roderick Strong.
And Roddy Strong, yeah.
And the Creed brothers.
And Ivy Nile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do. Hachi Man.
Fucking Hachi Man. Pissed off all over him. Hachi Man.
I just wanted people to have a reference.
You couldn't just call him Hideki Suzuki.
Nope.
Hachi Man. Suck my ass.
What the fuck was Kenta's name?
Hideo Itami.
There you go.
And then they made a shirt with him with the Imperial Sun on it. That was real smart.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah. I thought that match was fucking really good. So,
well, good. I'm glad.
Any All Japan I could watch, I'll try my best.
Yeah.
So, we'll go to Stardom next.
Okay.
And because you're a slacking ass, you only watched one match on the show.
It's true.
I'm only teasing.
Had a long lunch.
This was Stardom... Can't do that. Stardom the Conversion.
I really did. I was trying to catch up today and I couldn't do it.
So this was Stardom the Conversion. It was a pay-per-view, not a Ed Cody single cam, no commentary special. I watched a fuck ton of shit on this.
Okay. I watched one.
Yeah, and that's the first one we'll talk about. For the Goddesses of Stardom tag titles. The team of FWC, which is Hazuki and Koguma, going against the team of Wingori, which is Hanan and Saya Ida.
Yes. I like Saya Ida a lot.
So in this match, Wingori's going for double gold because they are the New Blood Tag Team Champions.
Oh.
That's right. FUNB.
That's right.
The NB stands for New Blood.
You can figure out the rest.
I need to Doug, make me an FUNB shirt, please. Doug, you're not going to wear FUNB chachis the rest of the summer. Dude, this match was fucking
It was awesome. It was really great.
When Ida and Hazuki were in the ring together, I thought they were trying to legit hurt each other.
Yeah, for sure.
They were just throwing live rounds at each other.
100%.
Awesome.
There's a point in this match, and I'm pretty sure it was Koguma, throws a belly to belly, but bridging German style.
Yes.
And like usually belly to belly is like typically, I don't know about you, but like when I think of a belly to belly suplex, I think of Scott Steiner.
100%.
Right? But they're usually released. You're just a giant monster who just throws somebody over your head.
Yeah.
But they like she like arches her back and doesn't. It's like an Everest German, but belly to belly.
It was weird.
It was insane. I was like, I've never seen that before. I don't know I can't figure out the logistics of it, but it worked and it looked awesome.
Yeah. I really liked in this match too when Saya Ida. So FWC, their finish, it's like a weird like standing shatter machine almost.
Yeah, kind of.
Like,
yeah.
It's kind of weird. And Ida was just out of it.
Yeah.
And I know people are really high on Hanan because she's young and a lot of people say she's the future. I'm still kind of on the fence.
Yeah, she's got a lot of growing to do.
I will say she showed like really good fire when she's trying to fight them off at the end.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're just going to get overpowered
right,
here.
that's the end of this.
Yeah, like get out of the ring.
Yep.
You're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this was awesome. What a way to start the show.
It was awesome. I like Aida so much because she's like 4'10". Like she's tiny, but she's a powerhouse.
I like that her hair is getting longer too. She looks better with longer hair.
Yeah. This is what I watch. I was planning on watching more, and then legit things got in the way. So that's just what happens. But
all right, well, I'll just.
But this match was really great, and was it the? Do you think was this the best match on this card? Do you think?
Yes, it was.
Right,
it really was. And this
I'm glad it's the one that I watched.
This was their show opener.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like this being the show opener.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, because the next match, it's not the show opener, obviously, but the first two matches were like, oh, I'm watching first hour of Nitro because the second match was Starlight Kid versus May Sierra.
Yeah.
I feel like this is something that should be for like a high speed title. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking good. Yeah. Starlight Kid wins.
Starlight's on a tear, babyface Starlight.
Dude, in my notes I have Starlight Kid is back after leaving Outta.
Yeah.
Like, Starlight Kid kind of got lost in the shuffle in Outta a little bit. Now Starlight Kid's really like, oh, hey, motherfuckers. Like, I'm Starlight Kid.
It's interesting that you say that because, like, when we got around to, like, really sort of hunkering down and watching Stardom, she was bad guy. She was Dark Starlight Kid. Yeah. And, like, but when people talked about Stardom, that was all they talked about was Starlight Kid. Yep. And then when we really started getting into it, she wasn't that featured because she was like just a part of this heel group. And now she is starting to pop back out again and be fucking crazy cool.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, this match was so good.
Yeah.
If you want, go watch it. So another one that I watched was I think it was 5-on-5.
It was a 10-person tag. The
Outta versus Queen's Quest.
Yeah, the stable has to disband match.
So this, I looked, and this was like, I think today or this week was like the 1-year anniversary of that cage match last year.
Oh, okay.
So this was Otta versus Queen's Quest, stable disbands.
Yeah.
So I even have here reminded me of last year's cage match.
Yeah.
I thought
who left? Somebody got jumped out of Otta in that cage match last year.
Yeah, I forget who.
I don't remember
was.
who.
But Otta wins this match. Queen's Quest has to.
I'm shocked by that Otta won.
So I thought Hina on Queen's Quest looked great in this match.
Yeah,
really stood out. Got a pin over their sister Rina. Azumi went on a run.
Yeah, Azumi rules.
I think Azumi eliminated 2 people in a row.
Nice.
And then her and Momo Watanabe got eliminated at the same time. They eliminated each other.
Okay.
But it was like, oh yeah, there's
Thekla in this match?
Yes, Thekla was in this match.
Tekla's back, everybody. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Thekla ain't never left.
Well, she took some time off.
No, I know.
She didn't leave our hearts.
Shout out Dwicky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Azumi was like the star of the show.
Azumi rules. Yeah.
Azumi was so good, dude. And then what else do I have here? Oh, so yeah, her and Momo Watanabe got eliminated at the same time.
Yeah.
So then it was the end. It came down to Saya Kamatani for Queen's Quest and Tora, I believe it was Tora for Otta.
Yeah.
And Momo, like Tora's holding Saya Kamatani and Momo has the bat and goes to hit Kamatani. Kamatani moves out of the way, and then Momo just stops and just swings and hits Tora instead.
Oh, really?
So it's like, oh shit, she's joining back with Queen's Quest.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the match, she just hits Saya Kamatani and gives Otta the win.
Yeah, weird.
It was very weird. Like a lot of people's main gripe were, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like a fake double turn.
That's weird.
Like,
and then without English commentary, you don't have the context.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I for a lot of the shows, I do try to read up like on storylines and what's happening and why it's happening. But again, as you could tell, we watch a lot of fucking wrestling, so sometimes I just don't have the time to do it.
Right.
But the post-match, Sai Kamitani's crying, and she's like, I let everybody down. And she's leaving the ring, and she like collapses in the aisleway crying. But then Starlight Kid, Suzu Suzuki come out, Mai Sierra come out, and they're like already trying to recruit people from Queen's Quest into their new groups. Okay. So I was like, all right,
I like it.
Let's go. I'm with it.
Speaking of, to go back to singing, in that Mina promo that I told you that they put online, she says something, and it could just be like a language barrier kind of thing, but she says that she is in AEW to stay. And I'm wondering if
she's working a crazy, because she worked this show,
right? Oh, Mina was on that show.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, and this was on
wondering if
Saturday?
she's going to stay over here for a bit after this or not.
Who knows?
I mean, she's super fucking over.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
But I don't know. That just popped in my brain. But
yeah, who knows? Because I mean, she has the pink belt. I think she has the pink belt.
Does she?
Right
does.
Okay. So the next match I watched was for the white belt, the Wonder of Stardom title. Mika Iwata, who was from Sendai Girls.
Okay, I didn't recognize that name. I wasn't sure who that was when I saw it on the card listing.
Yes, she's the challenger going up against the champion Sayori Inao.
Yes.
These two, again, just another match where there's awesome chemistry. Iwata's striking is so good in this match. There's at one point she is coming off the rebound off the ropes and toe kicks Sayori in the mouth and makes her bleed.
Okay.
Dude, this was, again, awesome stuff. Sayori Inao's title reign is done. They put the belt on Iwata. I think they're saying that they might have a return match coming up in Sendai Girls.
Okay, interesting.
So,
that's on Wrestle Universe, right?
I believe so.
No, is it? Is Sendai on Wrestle Universe?
I know. Is that seed lining on it? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let me look.
I saw Wrestle Universe. Somebody said that they put up a section, and it might not have meant to be put up yet, but there's talks of Dragon Gate going on there.
Ooh,
yeah, dude.
We have access to Dragon Gate if we needed it.
Yeah.
Watch puts it up.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
There's even a little section now. So let's see.
Watch's website is trash lately.
It's garbage, I know.
So many ads.
DDT, Noah, Tokyo Joshi Pro, Gambari Pro, Marigold, Senjo, whatever Senjo is.
Okay. So Sendai Girls isn't on there.
That is Sendai Girls. Yeah, it's on Wrestle Universe.
Well, goddamn.
So
all
there
right.
you go.
Well, goddamn. Pal.
Michinoku Pro. And,
Damn. Wrestle Universe is
and 01.
Wrestle Universe is the
the
best
best
streaming service
Absolutely
for Japanese
the best,
wrestling. Maybe in all of wrestling, to be honest. Last match I watched on this was for the World of Stardom title, the red belt. The champ, Micah.
You's in Sendai Girls.
Who?
You!
The champ, Micah, versus the challenger, Zena.
Okay.
Zena is a part, I believe Zena's a part of Mina's stable, EXV.
Okay.
I believe so, if I'm wrong. Sorry. Micah retains. Micah's on a tear now.
Micah's awesome.
Dude, this is just like a hoss fight.
Yeah.
It goes 20 minutes, and it's just stiff.
As my day was going on today, and I was like, all right, I can watch this. I'm going to watch this. And then I was crossing stuff out of my notes because I'm not going to be able to watch it. I'm going to watch this because I like Micah so much.
You didn't watch it.
It didn't happen. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Things got in the way.
Something in the way.
She moved.
Oh, I was on a Nirvana tip.
Oh, I was on Beatles right there.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Who wins that round?
The Beatles. Yeah, that's fine.
Beatles put me to sleep.
Yeah, you're a youngin'. You don't appreciate good things.
It's not true. I have an old soul. But I thought this was a good showcase for Zena. But again, Micah's just on a fucking tear right
Micah
now.
rules. Yeah.
Big fan of Micah.
Yeah.
So, before we go to the last thing I watched, I know you watched a little bit of something.
I did. I watched some Marigold. Because we're Marigolders.
Yes.
We are the Marigold standard. We're
one of us is, I guess.
We're riding the
I didn't watch anything.
We're riding the Marigold rush.
We're on the marigold round.
So this is Grand Opening Wars 7.
Jesus Christ.
1 cam, no commentary.
Oh, The Ed Cody special.
So what got me to watch this was Bozilla, because the last time we watched, they did the 2-on-1, and Zeta Steel sort of cocked off a little bit to Bozilla. So this is the match where Zeta gets her comeuppance.
That's what I like
It
to
goes
hear.
5 minutes and 27 seconds. Zeta Steel comes out to little response.
Of course.
Bozilla comes out to all the response.
Bozilla's a star.
They shake hands right in the beginning, and Bozilla won't let go and starts laughing. And Zeta slaps her in the face and runs backstage.
That should have been the match.
Right.
That should have just been it.
So Zeta comes back out with a banana and says to the crowd, a banana for King Kong. And the crowd goes, she's not King Kong, she's Godzilla.
The crowd said that?
Yes.
That was the chant?
Somebody in the crowd actually says that.
That's awesome.
And then Bozilla eats the banana, says, fuck King Kong.
Dude.
And slaps Zeta in the face. And then it's a 4-minute squash.
Joe, my buddy, my good friend, I know you have a connection to the bookers at LVAC.
Yeah. We bring in Bozilla.
Can you get Bozilla, please? Send a picture to the boss, man, and let's make this happen.
It was fucking hilarious.
I will pay for
At one point, when she runs in the back, Bozilla looks at Hardcam, points at her wrist, and goes, she's wasting my fucking time.
Dude. Bozilla's the best wrestler ever.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. And then I watched for the Marigold United National Title Tournament first round match, Miko Aono versus Mirai.
Okay.
It goes to a 15-minute time limit draw.
I saw it. So then doesn't it go to like an extra 5 minutes?
Another
draw?
5 minutes that also draws.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for the tournament because there was no commentary.
Just a buy?
But they beat the shit out of each other.
Good.
With 2 minutes into this match, Mirai is limping because of the leg kick she's taking. The crowd gets really hot right before the time limit draw. And then like they don't like make an announcement. The referee just talks to the wrestlers. And right before the bell rings, Mirai sneak attacks.
All right.
Just lays her out, but then they wrestled another 5 minutes. It was very good. It is hard for me sometimes to get into matches that don't have commentary or camera changes.
Yeah.
Ed loves it. I have a harder time, but this was a very good, hard-hitting match. And I like Mariah a lot, so I went out of my way to watch this.
You know what you need to do during shows like this?
Yeah.
You need to like FaceTime Ed. And you need to watch it together and have him.
All right.
Have him commentate.
All right, Ed, we're going to do that.
A FaceTime with Ed.
Do you have FaceTime?
Ed, do you know how to do a FaceTime?
Yeah, Ed, can you do a FaceTime?
Well, you know what? Now's a good time as ever. Before we got to talk about the last thing, let's Ed has a 2-part question.
Oh, he has a 2-part. Is that okay?
Yeah.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코디 질문입니다.
All right.
What's that 2-part question?
Ed says, hey, pals, 2-part question. Hope that's not stepping on any toes. First part, what's a match that's never happened that would be dope? Like one most people wouldn't think of. No Punk versus Austin, because I can't stop thinking about how fun Saturn versus Ken Shamrock would have been.
Okay.
So I had, I mentioned this a while ago, I think, and it wasn't like nobody asked a question. It was just a random thing that popped in my brain.
Yeah.
And I did like a lot of research, and they never had a program or anything because they just didn't really cross paths that often. I would have loved like 93, 94 Bam Bam Bigelow versus Surfer Sting.
Ooh.
Like, I thought that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
You know, Sting's obviously with this feuds with Vader around the time. Get another big guy in there with Bigelow, like the agile big man. Sting's probably taller than Bigelow, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But, you know, Bigelow just the agile guy that could kind of hang with Sting at that point, who was very agile.
Yeah.
I always like, damn, that's a weird dream match to have, but I always thought that those two could have had like such a good program together.
Yeah.
So mine's
That's a good one.
Bam Bam Bigelow versus Surfer Sting.
That's a great one.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Man.
I think they like
Yeah.
maybe worked some tag stuff like 99 WCW
Sure.
with like Jersey Triad and stuff,
Yeah,
but that's not what I want,
No,
you know?
that doesn't count. Oh man,
I love it, but
like there's a lot of like just missed sort of things. Like I guess not just missed, but like years and years. Like Time Machine wise, I would love to get William Regal versus Zack Sabre Jr., but that's not quite Ed's question here. Oh man, I'm trying to think like who around certain eras.
I can give you another one.
Okay.
2006, 2007, John Cena versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Oh yeah, it's like looking at a fucking mirror. But they do the double doink spot.
That would have been
a really good
awesome.
one. Yeah, the Forbidden Door opens up a lot of stuff. Like
sure,
if there was crossover back then, there'd be a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who can I think? It's hard because like so many of those like WCW, WWF guys eventually ended up in the same company and wrestling one another. Yeah, that's tough, man. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be same era. It could be whatever. Because, like you said, a lot of people do say Punk Austin.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that could have happened. Just a really great pause for airtime here. I honestly, right now, I can't even think of a professional wrestler. That's where my brain is like, I don't know a single person. Yeah, I don't know a single person who's ever wrestled.
High Voltage versus Techno Team.
Oh my God, yes, please.
Okay, good.
Time Machine, the New Breed versus the Outrunners.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Oh, do I love that? That makes me happy.
And that could work because the future, if they were in the future they were from, this could work.
It could definitely work.
Let's get Joe on the horn here. We can make this fucking happen.
Let's get Doug on the horn. Let's get this fucking Time Machine.
That's
going,
right.
Doug.
That's right.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of waiting. I'm about to get my legal team on you, which is you.
Here's one that will be controversial in the network, but I think would have been fun. And I don't know that it happened. It might have if I look it up, because they did end up in the company together. But did DDP ever wrestle Orton?
No.
Like
when you say Orton, you mean like Legend Killer Orton, right?
Yeah, I mean like do like a battle for the Diamond
like
Cutter,
Viper Orton.
Yeah,
not like early stage like Blue. But
no,
I know what you mean. No, they never wrestled,
right? Like have like a actual like Diamond Cutter versus RKO match.
There you go,
kind of thing. Because like the Diamond Cutters, and it was an incredibly protected finish.
Sure.
And like a lot of people might want to call it an RKO, and I'm not shading Randy, but that's a Diamond Cutter forever for me. Yeah. So
he just doesn't hit it like a Diamond Cutter.
He doesn't.
He goes the one arm where DDP was the two.
Right. Not as good as hitting out of nowhere as DDP was either.
Well,
but
that's true.
Yeah.
DDP fucking rules.
DDP was so good, man.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
DDP Orton.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like a Orton on the come up, DDP still really good, but on the come down.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool one.
I like that. That's a good one. Second part of Ed's question.
Yes.
Thinking about getting a tattoo on my leg. I have a dope numb spot right on my thigh. Any suggestions?
Sonichu.
Yeah, Ed, get Sonichu. Get all the non-racist members of Twice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know, man. Honestly, like...
Just get the word once.
Yeah, because you're a once. Get, like... Have somebody draw out the picture of you and Takeshi Masada and, like, illustrate it and get that tattooed on your thigh.
Here's one. A classic pinup, but it's Biomonster DNA.
There you go. I like that. Get the Team No Respect logo tattooed on your thigh.
That's a good one.
Dude, my philosophy on tattoos has definitely like changed, I think.
Yeah.
I used to be under the like, well, it's got to mean something.
Nah, that's bullshit.
I used to be.
I understand. No, I
think everybody goes through that phase with tattoos. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at my tattoos, I'm like, 1, 2 maybe means something. Like
I think it's
3.
Yeah, I think it's important to start with something that means something to you.
Yeah, I don't know if Ed does. I don't
know.
Ed, I don't know if you have any tattoos. I didn't inspect you,
but you have to get. But like then you get the itch.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you just get cool shit.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with picking stuff out of the book.
Yeah. Right.
I've come to
cool
realize
shit,
that.
You know, but like it's good to, I think, to start with something that has a little bit of meaning.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't even have to be like anything could have meaning to you. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. If it means something to you, who cares?
You know, but and then sort of you'll get the itch and you'll be like, I just want as many cool things as possible.
Yeah.
So get a Connemara doing the no respect dance.
There you go.
That'd be a pretty cool one too.
Yeah.
You do that.
Get drugs tattooed on you.
Just the word drugs.
Yeah.
Not drugs, just drugs.
Yeah.
Get a nose and a beer.
I mean, hey, fucking why not?
Like what the hell are they called? Like the pictogram when they're on bottle caps? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose and then 3 beer bottles.
I'd tell him get like a lion's head puzzle, but he doesn't know what that means.
No, he doesn't know what that means.
All right, so
somebody else used to do those too. I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember. So last show
Yes.
that we'll talk about.
We have one more question still.
We do, yes. So this was Bloodsport Bushido.
Oh yes.
Josh Barnett's Bloodsport Bushido. Fucking easy for me to say. I'm not gonna talk about the whole show.
Yeah.
There was some cool stuff on it. If you feel like anything cool, holler at me.
Yeah.
The coolest thing on this show for me.
Well, can I ask you a question really quick first? In previous Bloodsports, were you allowed to leave the ring?
Yeah.
Okay,
You were.
because here's why I ask. In Bloodsport, the film,
Yeah, you can't.
which is a real, it's a true story.
Sure is.
You get kicked out.
It's a documentary.
It is shot in real time. You fall out of the fight way there. You're out. And I thought that was how they did it initially, but maybe they didn't. I do like that Josh Barnett in the beginning of this takes credit for creating it.
Dude, I'm so happy you mentioned that.
Because fuck that other guy. In all of our headcanons, it should be Josh Barnett's from the beginning.
It is funny.
Because Josh Barnett is the least problematic of the two guys, which is a shocking fucking statement.
I
So,
know. Well,
and also Josh Barnett, I know we're jumping ahead, didn't fucking come out to Bolt Thrower.
I know.
What the fuck is that about?
There was like a weird, like almost restylized like main theme that sounded a little bit like Fourth Crusade that played throughout this whole show,
Right.
but it wasn't the Fourth Crusade.
Right.
So
Super weird. I was one of my favorite things about watching Barnett wrestle is to be able to hear Bolt Thrower.
I'll never forget him coming out for like a second to last UFC fight and him coming out to the Fourth Crusade. And I think we were at a bar watching it and I was freaking out.
It's fucking incredible.
So my
Sorry.
favorite thing about this show is they got Lenny Hart from Pride.
Yeah.
The woman announcer from Pride, who is the best announcer ever.
Yes.
If you know what I'm talking about.
Very funny. Great
She
announcing.
is the best.
Yeah, for sure.
She always announced everybody's names in like English and put such a fun spin on every single one.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't even do an impersonation. No. She's the fucking GOAT.
Agreed.
The first one I have to talk about
is it Eric Hammer?
Sure
Can we talk about Eric Hammer?
It's Eric Hammer.
Eric Hammer is the most Eric Hammer looking guy that's ever existed. If you were to see him walking down the street and have no idea who he is,
I'd guess, I
think that guy's named Eric Hammer.
Eric Hammer? Yeah, he looks like an Eric Hammer.
He looks like an Eric Hammer.
Yeah. Well, Takuya Nomura finds out the hard way.
Yes.
First of all, Eric Hammer comes out to hate Breed.
He does. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I texted you. I was like, I think Eric Hammer's my favorite wrestler.
Comes out to hate Breed, so that's cool shit.
Yep.
And this goes like 3 minutes. He power bomb TKOs.
He looks
Nomura.
like if Horace Hogan had a fucking big old set of nuts on him.
You mean whore ass?
Whore ass.
Yeah, this ruled.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He
went 3 fucking minutes.
Dude, he was selling like getting kicked in the leg really good, and then just says, "Fuck this." Power bomb TKO. Doesn't even get his hand raised. Just rolls out and limps to the back.
I got mildly obsessed with Eric Hammer after I watched him for the first time.
Yeah, this was badass. I did have like the Fujiwara Bushi Maeda thing. That was nice.
Yeah.
Next thing I had was Rampage Jackson. Did you have that?
Yeah, but hold on. Look at Eric Hammer before.
He still looks like Eric Hammer.
Yeah, he still looks like a dude named Eric Hammer. The solo mustache helps.
He rules.
Yeah, Eric Hammer fucking rules.
God, I hope he's not problematic.
No, he's 100% problematic. Look at the build on that guy.
Dude, he looks
wearing
awesome.
the white trimmed black Goldberg shorty tights.
He looks so cool.
Goldberg stole that from Eric Hammer.
Yeah, Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Rampage, baby. He's back.
Versus Hideki Sakani.
Rampage looked in better shape than I expected.
Well, so Rampage wins via stomps.
Yes.
And he gets on the mic afterwards and he's like, thank you, Japan. I love you, Japan.
Yeah.
Josh Barnett got me back in the gym.
Yep.
To get me back in shape.
Crazy.
He's like, and I want to come and entertain you guys.
He's not Daniel Cormier shaped, but he was definitely getting out of it.
That's still
and
Rampage,
he looks good.
brother.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
That's God's street soldier. That is my favorite picture. One of my top 3 pictures of all time is him laying face down with his hands on the ground while the cops have guns pointed at him next to the Toyo Tires truck with Rampage Jackson's face on it. Oh, I used for my background on my computer.
Do you think he takes a run at MMA for real again?
Absolutely not.
No, you don't think so?
No, his body's too broken.
Yeah,
down. He has like back issues and stuff, and even here he's kind of.
He'll probably do these though. He can do these because they're doing another one in the U.S. in like a month or 2, I think.
Is he on it?
I don't know.
Oh, Shayna Baszler's on it.
Yeah, that's why I saw it because Baszler's coming back.
Like he could do it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think I could do it?
I mean, we went to the one that had fucking Dan Severn and Frank Mir and fucking murderer fucking the New York Baloney on it. So
whatever happened to him?
He murdered a guy in Mexico. That's what happened.
Day when Phil Baroni tried to join Suzuki, dude.
And then fucked up a Chikara show.
Oh, what an insane human
New York
being.
Baloney.
That still is like the best episode of Pod Van Dam where they interview Guarini about it and he talks about it. Oh, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Did you watch Sakuraba versus Santino?
I watched this whole show.
I'll tell you what.
I don't want to praise fucking Santino Marella on this fucking show.
I don't either.
He's a bad human. He's a bad citizen.
Yeah, he's a bad citizen.
He's a bad person.
Yeah.
His gimmick is outdated and over fucking used, but he has a good fucking match here with Sakuraba.
This is the second best match on the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, like, he did not look lost at all.
When Sakuraba does the fucking Cobra at him.
Good.
So funny.
God bless Sakuraba.
Yeah.
The goddamn Gracie.
Absolutely.
Oh, he is the man.
So sidebar, because of Sakuraba, I was listening to Ed O'Neill and we talked about it a little bit. He was doing the interview rounds, and when he was on Mark Mayer's podcast, he was talking about training jiu-jitsu and how
he's a black
how John Milius got him into it, and then like he trained forever. And he was like, you got close with those guys? He's like, real close. And he's like, what do you mean real close? He goes, I was in rooms where I still can't tell you who won fights.
Wow.
He said, I got so close with that family. He's like, with Hickson and
Oreo
and all those guys. And he's like, and he goes, they would fight each other in the back rooms. Wow. And he goes, and to keep the business and to keep like kayfabe essentially so that nobody knew that you weren't going to the best, Gracie guy. He said, we still under like threat cannot say who beat who in those fights. And he goes, that's how in the inner circle I was with the Gracies.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
and he goes, and Murray goes, what do you mean like you can't tell who won? Like there wasn't a decision? He's like, no.
I can't
He's
tell
like, they killed each other.
Yeah.
I just can't tell you who did better because I'm not allowed to. That's how close he was with the fucking Gracie family.
I remember like one of the most random pictures ever was a picture in all their gis. It was Henner, Ed O'Neill, and CM Punk.
Yep.
I was like, I remember when that came out, I was like, what is happening?
He said John Milius, who is a crazy person. So John Milius, because I don't know if you know this, Walter Sobchak from Big Lebowski, that's based on John Milius.
Okay.
Who was the man who like directed the first Conan the Barbarian movie, like this crazy person.
Okay.
Brought Ed O'Neill, and Ed O'Neill said, he goes, I didn't want to go because they said they wear the pajamas. I'm not, whatever, whatever. And then he went to his first one and he was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously ran up through the ranks, but it's just,
of course,
to be in the back rooms of Gracie fightings. Whew.
Dude. What a life Ed O'Neill's lived.
Right? Crazy.
Like, for
4
real.
touchdowns in one game. Crazy.
Married to Peg.
That's right.
Peg. Veto, I say.
And still to this day, I'll tell you that we say it all the time. Yeah. The biggest fault and the biggest problem with Al Bundy is that he wouldn't want to just have sex with Peg Bundy all the time.
Every day.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Okay. You watched
the whole show. The whole show, brother.
Minoru Suzuki, Tim Thatcher.
Yeah, Tim Thatcher. Looking grizzled.
Dude. Wearing like the exploited shirt. He looked rough.
Yeah, he did.
Like rougher than usual.
This is a man who has been missing front teeth for a decade and a half.
He doesn't own a cell phone.
Yeah.
I liked this because this was more strike based than anything on this show.
Yeah.
Everything was very grapple heavy, which, you know, that's what it is.
Right.
This was like Suzuki being like, I'm just gonna have like a Suzuki match with this guy, you know.
Not? Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Suzuki's just a crazy person.
He's fucking great.
And then the main event.
And Suzuki's never really gonna lose any one of these. We do get Hideki Suzuki versus Eric Hammer and Eric Hammer's second match.
I didn't want to do it.
Great. I didn't love it.
No.
Hideki Snuzuki.
Hey. Except for that one match he had against you. The main event.
Yes.
John Moxley, Josh Barnett. So I saw the pictures of this. We saw it Saturday morning before we even watched this.
Yes.
John Moxley. I don't think anybody's ever loved this business.
I don't think so.
More than John
So
Moxley.
here's I'm gonna give you a really interesting thing on this card here. First match, 4 minutes 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Second match, 5 minutes 13 seconds. Third match, 3 minutes 6 seconds. 5 minutes 52 seconds. 7 minutes 29 seconds. 4 minutes 31 seconds. 10 minutes 53 seconds. 11 minutes 19 seconds. 8 minutes 14 seconds. 22 minutes and 26 seconds.
It's your main event, brother. It's your main event.
It is.
This was awesome.
It's great. No surprise. No shock.
John Moxley is a sicko.
Yeah.
He bled buckets.
Yes.
I mean buckets. Like it was caking on his head.
Yeah.
It was actually like staining his head.
My biggest problem with this, and some people have said this already, like not that he ran the razor because he runs the razor.
Yeah, of course.
And that's fine. My problem is that the camera is on him when he does it.
Yeah.
Cut the fuck away.
Get that camera out of there.
Get that
What's
camera
he
out
doing?
of he gave him like puts himself under the ring a little bit, but like we all knew it was fucking coming. Even if I didn't know that he bled buckets, I know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, because his giant swung into the post.
Right. So I knew what he was doing. Get the camera out of there.
That camera
Get the camera out of there. What's he doing?
This was awesome. I loved like Moxley being apprehensive during this because
Barnett's a fucking killer, man.
Barnett's a legit UFC heavyweight champion.
Right.
Barnett was a killer in Pride.
Yeah, right.
And I love that. And I even loved like the little video package before where Barnett's putting him over. And he's like, all I've been telling people is how dangerous you are, John. And he's like, it's because I've trained you, you know, and I know how dangerous you are.
Yeah.
He goes, but you're not as dangerous as I am. And it was just awesome. Moxley, he hits the Tiger Driver, which I've never seen him hit before.
Right.
Then he hits the double stomps. He's just raining the elbows down, and the ref calls for it. And Moxley just covered in blood, screaming in the camera afterwards, I told you I could fucking beat him. It was awesome.
Right.
And then, you know, afterwards, he cuts like, do you want Bloodsport back here? Which I feel like Bloodsport works better in Japan. I just feel it does.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's a little more of like a respect thing, I think. I just feel like it works better.
So it's interesting because, like, it's not that America or the West sort of doesn't have the history with shoot fighting because we have the UFC and all that.
Sure.
But we do not have a history of worked shoot fighting.
No.
And, like, it doesn't necessarily work here. No. But it has in Japan. A lot.
It just feels more natural in Japan.
So I think the crowds know how to react a little more. I think when an American audience is watching it and you're putting it on in front of an American audience, you're going to lean more into the pro wrestling of it.
Yeah.
And in front of a Japanese audience, I don't think you have that proclivity. I think you're okay just making it look like a shoot fight.
Yeah.
Because UWFI, was just so popular. Like insanely popular.
Yeah.
And like there's still people who don't understand it, and it's hard. No. It's a hard thing to watch sometimes. It's one of those things.
It's
a lot like
sell.
grapple fuck. It's got to be really good for me to really like it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really good people, and like I would love if, and obviously not possible, but like to have Bloodsport with Takeda, or
course, yeah.
But if you don't know what shoe fighting, what works shoe fighting is, if you've never seen the UWFI style, go watch Takeda, go watch Vader and UWFI, go watch Gary Albright.
Vader Takeda is one of the craziest matches.
It's absolutely insane.
And yeah, I agree. This isn't anything I would even necessarily recommend to anybody, because it depends.
It's a very particular style.
It varies by your tolerance.
Mox Barnett, I think, would be the most pleasing to everybody.
Yeah, because Mox was pro wrestler,
right?
And
Barnett too. But yeah, I don't know that so many people are going to be able to be like, oh yeah, this Eric Hammer, although he looks he's the most Eric Hammer guy to ever fucking exist. But yeah, that's the kind of the way it is. This was really good, front to back, really good show.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it a lot. There's certain ones where I go, whatever. Like the Konami one, I was like, it was okay. But I did enjoy it, and God, Moxie butt buckets.
He sure did.
So that leads me to our third question of the week.
All right. We don't have a theme song for Marcus.
Marcus.
There you go.
All right.
DeWicky, get on there.
Yeah, I guess. However you want to do it.
Just take that clip and put music behind it.
Yeah, do like a Paramore style song for Marcus' question of the week. What's your favorite wrestling show / event that happened before you were born? What a toughie.
So I know what it is. So it immediately popped in my brain, because I'm older than you and Marcus and Tim.
Yeah, Marcus and I were only separated by like a couple weeks, I think, in age.
So me being born in 1984, the wrestling didn't necessarily pop off until 1984. So like
what happened in 1983?
Right. That's the thing. There's one big event before 1984 that basically that helps popularize and set up closed circuit TV for pay-per-views.
Absolutely.
And it's the first Starrcade.
Yep. 100%.
And it's not only it's Flair for Gold, so not only does it have Harley Flair on it, but it has Piper Hammer in the dog collar.
Yeah.
And it has Steamer and Youngblood in the tag match. Like it's a very good card.
Absolutely it is.
But the dog collar match is iconic and could be argued as still the best dog collar match to this day.
Yeah, it's
close.
Probably number one for me.
And the Flair for the Gold, the end of Harley and the true start of Flair as champion. Like the legitimizing of Ric Flair, sort of a little bit kind of sort of putting out to pasture of Harley Race.
It is.
It's super important to wrestling. It's, Vince is just starting to get the motions to start to go national and gather everybody up.
Yeah.
And Dusty's booking, apparently, I read today when I was looking it up, apparently Dory Jr. booked a lot of this.
Did he really?
They said Meltzer reported that a lot of the stuff on this show was Dory Jr. And that Dusty came up with the big ideas and Dory was like the drilling down what's actually going to happen kind of thing.
Okay.
But Flair for Gold, it's, there's other things that happened before I was born, the, empty arena match and all that kind of stuff. But event-wise, and even since then, there's not a lot of things bigger than the first Starrcade, Flair for Gold.
Yeah, dude. Starrcade 83 is absolutely incredible.
It's incredible.
I just had to check the date on this one. Because my original answer was probably going to be Mania 3.
When I was driving in, I was thinking about what you were going to say.
Because I was at 87.
So you're 89, so you have that, you get to pick from wrestling really popping off. And I was like, Mania 3 is the biggest one.
Mania 3, but I had to look it up with the date because I had to make sure that it didn't happen after my birthday. And it happens a few days before my birthday. SummerSlam 89.
Okay, yeah.
SummerSlam 89, Feel the Heat. So this is where you have in the cage Hogan and Beefer against Savage and Zeus.
Right.
You have Warrior versus Rude for the Intercontinental title.
What's that smell?
Dookie. Warrior and Rude in arguably one of Warrior's best matches.
Oh, yeah.
Rude with like the best tights he ever did, I thought, in that match.
Yep, and a big old needle wound on his cock.
Yeah. What else? Let's see what else we have on here. Why is there not just like a results page on Wikipedia? Holy shit. Really? Where is it? Why? I don't need oh, there it is. So, so we have, Brainbusters beat the Hart Foundation.
Great.
The opener.
Yeah, right.
16-minute opener.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Dusty beats Honky. Mr. Perfect beats the Red Rooster. Martel and the Fabulous Rougeaus beat Tito and the Rockers. Warrior beats Rude for the Intercontinental title. Duggan and Demolition, so that's where Duggan's all painted up.
That's that show. All right.
Again, they beat Andre and the Twin Towers.
Nice.
Hammer beats Hercules. DiBiase beats Snuka.
Okay.
And then Hogan and Beefer beat Savage and Zeus.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
yeah. So
Nice.
I would go SummerSlam 89. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't watched Flair for Gold
Wow,
forever.
so that's going to be 35 years.
Yeah, because you're an old man now.
I'm not an old man. I'm getting there. 35 years since that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sick.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a 35th anniversary rewatch.
There you go.
So Marcus, my man, thank you very much.
Yes.
For the question.
All you youngins.
We're so young, brother. So I will say, yeah, SummerSlam 89. And then, what were your favorite matches this week, Tal?
Oh, Jesus. I didn't even think.
I know my two.
Go ahead.
So, domestically, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
Internationally, Hechicero versus Zack Sabre Jr. This is the week of Zack Sabre Jr. for me.
All right.
And then, considering we're going to get Zack Sabre Jr. Orange Cassidy on Forbidden Door,
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might...
Yeah, that's probably going to steal that show.
Yeah, we'll see what we get with that. But yeah, I'm going with those two. How about you?
I'm going to go a little different because of the surprise factor, and I'm going to say Fletcher Lee Johnson.
Okay.
I really liked it. I think you could put that on Dynamite or Collision. Like, put it anywhere, and people are going to be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a pretty impressive match. And then... internationally, I didn't watch nearly as much as you.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was a masterclass, man. ZSJ Hechicero.
So good.
It's just two guys great at what they do, trying to outclass each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
good
stuff.
All right. Awesome.
That's it.
Did you buy anything?
Shit. No. Comics.
Yeah.
No wrestling stuff. Oh, well. The Ambush Bug action figure yesterday, but that
okay. Well, yeah, that counts.
It's on my desk already.
I have one thing, and I won it.
You won a thing?
Yeah. So, my brother-in-law texted me the other night to jump into a whatnot thing.
Okay.
For those immaculate WWE cards that are out now.
Okay.
The new Panini ones.
Sure.
They're real nice.
Yeah.
Adam posted some of them in like the one thread.
Yeah.
So this is like
Adam they showed like a good autograph or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He had like a Bret Hart one, and these are ones that like are like actually on card.
Yeah,
it's
not just sticker. Yeah.
So I was like just texting my brother-in-law. He's like, "Oh, who should I buy?" You know, all this stuff. So he ended up buying spots. So the guy was doing it. It was like you buy a spot for one case.
Okay.
Like, and then if you wanted the guy for the second case, you had to buy a spot again.
Oh, wow.
So doubling up, you know.
Yeah.
So in one case, he won a redemption for a dual auto of Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn.
Wow.
1 out of 25.
That's crazy.
And then in another case, he won another Roman out of 25.
So because he bought Roman?
Yeah.
That's what you buy. That's smart.
And I was like, I'm like, if it's cheap, I'm like, if it gets down to it, I'll buy the Nakamura spot. Because I still love Nakamura, you know? Yeah. So this is the thing where a case, it's five boxes, 6 cards, like in a box. Okay. So it's only 30 cards, you know? So I was like, if Nakamura gets cheap, I'll get that. Yeah. And he goes, I guess there's a thing on Whatnot where you could like gift a spot to somebody.
Oh, okay.
So he was just like, here, I'll buy it.
All right. Weird. Okay.
Cheap, you know?
Yeah.
So he goes, good luck, whatever. So I won a Nakamura 1 out of 10, like, patch autograph.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's real cool.
What's the gear?
It's like the gear that he wears now.
Okay, it's not the against Muta gear, is it?
It's the same gear, but it's white instead of red.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I kick myself all the time. I'm like, I'm going to get the red one eventually. I just don't know when, because I really want that one.
Yeah.
I just haven't bought it.
Yeah. That's cool. 1 out of 10. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
so, I thought that was really cool. He's like, well, good hit for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, I was like, do you like want it to flip it or money or something? He goes, nah, it's yours. Don't worry about it. So technically, no, I didn't buy anything this week.
Okay, good.
So,
all right.
Is that it?
That's it, brother.
Is that all we got?
That's it.
All right.
That's all we got. It was a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
A
said,
lot.
all she got.
Yeah.
All she got. She got a son named Tara Jean and the quack. Don't tell me all she got. Sorry. I was watching Sex Ferguson this week. Sorry.
So,
if I wasn't so sewn up, I'd shit my fucking pants. I come over this stool after you right now. I see you up in New York in the Ring of Honor with the kids and the spots and the flips. I got PWI, son, complimentary. And by complimentary, I mean I steal from the booker's office.
thanks for listening, everybody.
I quote that whole thing.
We'll be back next week. You can hear about our adventure to
She
Philadelphia.
smells like one of yours.
For to the 2300 arena for some TNA. Yeah, so thanks for listening. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling, WeNeedWrestling.com.
We're paper and towels.
We Need Wrestling.
An ass over 18 inches. We're in the bars. We're fucking the rats.
At We Need Wrestling at social media, WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. Brett asked a question earlier about 2 out of 3 falls in Mexico.
Yeah, somebody
So message or email that. We're proud to know you threw me so off.
What's your beaver situation like? You like blasting at 68?
We're a proud member of the Soon to Be Named Network at STVN Network on Twitter, soontobenamednetwork.com. That doesn't work anymore. soontobenamednetwork.tumblr.com.
17 years in the Maritimes.
At Odds with Wrestling, Final Wrestling Place.
I got a billion scabs.
Our other show, Wings on Wings, is on hiatus for a little bit. I don't know when that's going to be back, but it should be within the next couple of weeks. Puzzle Warriors 3, Profane Argument. I guess the Sting Sheet's been added.
Put some gas in that. Send them to New York.
And then we didn't talk about this at all, but we got Forbidden Door really coming up Sunday with a ton of matches there. So
yeah, we'll talk. But
that'll be next week. So that's it.
Yeah.
Now you got nothing to say?
Sorry. Sex Ferguson forever. The whole shoot's on YouTube for free. Go watch it.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!